Friends.
With benefits.
Kathy!
Oh, ladies, I go. Oh, ladies, I.
You know what that means. 3 letters, 3 words. NXT, let's fucking go.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of the AEW Dynamite Watch Party.
It is Friday, and you know what that means. Only one thing. It's time for Friday Night SmackDown right here on Circle Debate Network for the watch along. It's Kayla, the Queen of the South.
Yo, the Get Your Podcast crew is in the building. That's right, you got your homie Just.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the latest episode of Game Breaker Sports. Is what?
She bangs! Oh, baby, when she moves, she moves.
Yo.
He moves, baby. And he bangs.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is in...
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Off is the direction you can.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Escuchen me. Everybody, listen. Ha ha.
We are fucking back. We're back. Classic. We are back.
What makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? Let me talk to you.
Hey, bro. What?
Oh my God. That is right. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome everyone to the Circle Debate right here, episode 247, and that is, of course, the ups and downs in the world of professional wrestling. This is the host of TV What I Would See, baby. I'm here, of course, solo. Of course, baby. That's right. That's right. That's right, baby. Thank you so much for everybody to tuning in for this evening. And yes, I know we had little technical difficulties for Game Breaker Sports earlier. We were having technicals here. We're not sure what the hell was going on, but I guess StreamYard's having issues. So I mean, we're hopefully they can get that fixed because, yeah, baby, they need to fix that. But yes, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat. Dango, thank you so much. He said, "I'm here, number one." Yes, I know I took long. Sorry, folks. Lauren, what's going on? Love it. That's right. You heard from Lauren. Like, share, subscribe, join the Discord, and let's get our COD fans to 2K, then to 5K. Let's go, baby. That's right. That's my girl. Mr. Chambers, what is going on? What is up? What is going on? That's right. Hey, yo. That's right, Lauren. Oh, Pete, that's right. Hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? That's right. Now, I know people want to kind of, me living in Southern California. I mean, yes. And Kayla! What's going on, Kayla? I know, yes, that's right. Before I get into we get into wrestling, folks. Anybody that are listening and watching around the world, once again, we appreciate you guys. But I just wanted to, because I'm the only one here in this network, in this family that I live in, Southern California. Yeah, I just want to digress very brief. I'm not a politic guy, and nor this network is a politic when it comes to what's happening here in Southern California. I am really disgusted by it and not proud of the situation at all. And it's just and I know what we saw last night, on Dynamite. I know it's entertainment, and believe me, I completely understand. I really do, folks. I understand that it's all sports entertainment, and understand this, you're trying to just give us a laugh. And I know MJF, he does it out of his ass. And that's the point of being a heel, piss people off. The only thing I will digress about that is I wouldn't have done that, pal. Not right now with the situation. It's very critical, and it was not the right time to do that. With the whole American flag, Mystico, I know you're doing it to piss people off when you go to Grand Slam next week. I understand that, but it's not the right time. I highly suggest mainly for every stars. It's a very sensitive matter that we're going through the situation, not at all over North America right now. And it's something that I'm very, I may be the one sensitive here, but yeah, right now with the situation, I'm not liking it at all. It's something that disgusts me. But like I mentioned, we're not politics here until now. I just wanted to get that out of my system because I've been kind of holding that for quite some time since, for the last couple of days. But I just wanted to say that, and believe me, anybody here in the chat as well knows me. I'm very, open and very thing. But right now with that situation, it hurts my heart very deeply. But yeah, enough of that. Now let's get to the positive side. Let's just talk now with, get into the positive side now and talk really more professional wrestling, folks. That is right. And I want to get into very briefly here what happened this past Saturday in Los Angeles here with Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. Lieber said it himself, and you heard the whole crew on Saturday, the whole family, when they did the watch along. Appreciate everybody for joining them and enjoying the incredible watch along, and for joining me earlier with Redeemer as well, for watching Worlds Collide as well early in the morning for me, because I had to wake up early in the morning to get ready for this. But man, it was incredible. Worlds Collide stole the show. I can tell you that Worlds Collide definitely stole the show, and it was amazing. And shout out to Logan Watts. What's going on? Wow, I was watching Judgment Day with Roxanne. I keep thinking that Julia should have joined her in the group. Would have been such a strong duo, but it didn't happen. I'm with you on that. I'm saving myself for that when we get into the topic for sure. But Worlds Collide, amazing, phenomenal. It was great. No pun intended, AJ Styles. I am happy that the audiences got to know who are these stars from Mexico, from AAA. And Conan did an incredible commentary job alongside with Corey Graves. I think that's a perfect duo if they are planning to do that much, moving a lot more forward, especially, bringing a lot more of the AAA talent here in North America. I would love to have Conan and Corey Graves to be together as a dual commentary. I think that they did a fantastic job. And just give a shout out to Corey Graves because he, being as a lead commentator and having, play-by-play, and it was amazing. I got to give it to those two men. Did a fantastic. And shout out to Lillian Garcia. I keep forgetting that. I know you guys heard me. I was like, she speaks Spanish, and then I was told that she has her own album in Spanish. So shout out to you, Lillian Garcia. But shout out to everybody in that talent for Worlds Collide. It was incredible. I really enjoyed it. I think that was the number one show for me compared to Money in the Bank. It was a great show, Money in the Bank too. But Worlds Collide, I feel, stole the show. We got a lot of performances and entertainment. Mr. Iguana, who is really getting known now here in North America. His fucking merch was sold really top one during that Worlds Collide in shop, even in shop.com. Sold out. Gotta give it to Mr. Iguana. He is phenomenal. He's great. Love it. Everything was fantastic. Shout out to Lindsay Dorado for making, for stepping up here and being part of this, as well, this incredible event. I'm hoping they bring Lindsay Dorado back full time. And that man deserves a second opportunity to prove who he is in the ring. And hopefully we can see him back. Hopefully we do. Yes. Tommy, I know. OPC, the Mr. Nipple Hard. I am. Oh, you're with your boyfriend. Okay. Shout out to you having a nice, fantastic dinner. Ready for tomorrow in Columbus for a steak special. Awesome. Oh, I cannot wait. Can't wait to hear more about it, Tommy. Tell us for sure. And even Steven's saying here in the chat, Worlds Collide better than Money in the Bank. Yes, it was. It definitely was better than Money in the Bank, I'll tell you that. But shout out to, everybody in the performance, Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, Psycho Clown, Ray Phoenix, the Fatal 4-Way that they had. It was, and oh, man, it was just amazing. I enjoyed every single one of it. And shout out to finally having a Legala to get their moment as well. It was amazing to see them get their moments. So fantastic. I'm so happy. And I'm hoping that the audiences could really pay attention to the product. Now, the only one thing I'm not going to critique about the event, but one thing I just wish we could do now, TKO, better fix this shit. We need them on Peacock. Bring them on to Peacock. Bring them down to Peacock so we can see these events. I know that right, we're having this, Triple Mania Regia coming up this Saturday, but unfortunately, the only way to see that is you will have to have HBO Max Latino, which, that's, up in Mexico. So you got to have a VPN for that, folks. So best of luck with that. I wish they could really put it on Peacock or put it on somewhere, in WWE, but I just wish them the best. And the future's bright. And I'm hearing what Papa H said in the conference, it doesn't want to change anything. And that's the one thing we're all crossing our, fingers crossed that nothing changes for AAA, because they have something that it needed to be exposed. And don't get me wrong, other Lucha Libre's promotion has done it, but now that they're in a platform where it's a bigger platform here that can expose them tremendously, I feel hopefully that they can really take advantage of that and go with it, and hopefully able to really, really help AAA to get not only just known internationally, Mexico and everywhere else internationally, but also here in North America, which we would like to have. That's the one thing I want AAA to have. And, and shout out to Conan, Vampiro, Jeremy Boras, everybody that's going to put a lot of creativity to this product that it's been there by far and is going to be elevated more. And I'm excited to see the future for AAA and the talent coming more over here to WWE. Rumor your windows, folks. Mystery One might show up tomorrow at SmackDown, so we don't know. I hope he does. So if he does show up, I know that he's here in North America at a performance center, getting himself used to the chemistry, how they do psychologically, and I'm excited. Shout out to Mr. Guam for that. I'm really happy for him. I'm glad he's getting his opportunity to show more of exposure of himself as a character and in the ring as well, because he's fantastic in the ring. And Money in the Bank was really it was really difficult. Well, I wouldn't say difficult, but it was kind of like a little bit of it so predictable on the men's side of the men's Money in the Bank. But on the women's side, it was really 50-50. It was really, could this be Alexa Bliss? Could this be, it could have been anybody else. Could have not. I love you, Stephanie, but I didn't see Stephanie there. But then, maybe Alexa Bliss, possibly we could have seen Rhea, but we saw Naomi. Congratulations for Naomi winning the Money in the Bank women's side. And we saw the tag team matchup. We saw what happened, of course, the aftermath. And Rusty, what is going on? He is in the beach joining his vacation. Shout out to our boy Rusty right there. What is going on? Man, that's right. And Logan saying here, I've been wishing for a long time to see Worlds Collide event with Miracle, Noah, NXT. That's the next step, Logan. I wasn't going to get into that. Absolutely. You're not wrong about that. I hope they do. And I hope Papa H is able to consider. And the bad thing about the post-conference media, I wish they would have asked him that question. If I was there personally, I would have asked him that question personally. Like, well, are we going to see another, is this going to be not just being an annual event, but can we make it a 2 or 3 type of event? At least in the gaps in between NXT and WWE, to have these collaborations and bringing Noah, bringing Miracle, and bringing, maybe All Japan, maybe so. There's a lot of potential they could do here in this situation, and I hope they really take advantage of it. But I mean, it all depends what they're going to do. But you're not wrong. Make Worlds Collide permanent. Exactly. I am so with you, Steven. They should make it permanent. Absolutely, they should do that. But I just wish they could have asked Papa H that question on the post conference, but they didn't. Which I want to get into really. Speaking of the conference, it's right here. He's back. No longer. He's telling the truth, baby. He's telling the truth because he's fucking Ron Killings. That's right. Ron Killings, folks. He's back. And I don't know what his intentions are here in this situation. I don't know. But I love it. And to see what he pulled off on Raw, and then to when he saw his conversation interview at Busted Open, calling out Bully Ray because Bully Ray called him out. I don't want to hear that name ever again. He's like, well, who the fuck you are to call me who the fuck I am? I'm tired of being told what to do. I'm no longer the nice guy. So we don't even know where this direction is going to go with Ron Killings. And I know a lot of people are questioning, critiquing this matter as well. And it's, there's a lot of rooming your windows clarifying. And once again, that we're analysts here, folks. We just pay attention to the situation and see if it, I'm not a piece of shit Seltzer or Sean Ross Bryant or, fucking piece of shit Alvarez. No. That it was Nick Khan make the last call. Triple H said no. Khan said bring him back. All this bullshit. We don't even know what the fuck it was a story. That it was not a story. Well, whatever it was, and if it was a story, then there you go. It's working tremendously. It worked tremendously great. I can tell you that. If that was a story. But if it wasn't really a story, because you heard Papa H in the post-meeting conference saying, "Oh, you like the show?" So one of the questions that he answered, "You like the show?" "Oh, it's a work, pal." And Ron Killings putting on his social media, "No work." So it was really like, what the fuck's going on here? And that's something that we're like, what the fuck? So we don't even know where this is going to go or what direction, for Ron Killings. I'm happy to see him that he's back and he's back full time. Now he is Ron Killings, Ron the Truth Killings, TNA back in the days, NWA. I'd love to see that from him. The attitude and kind of reminds me really back in the days when, and excuse me, folks, for comparing him, but I'm just going based on the character, the way the attitude of it. It's kind of like the attitude babe back in the days when it was the OVW way back in the days, even Smoky Mountain of New Jack, when New Jack made his debut in Smoky Mountain, showed up over there with Jim Cornette, and the same type of attitude. New Jack had the same type of attitude even when he went to ECW. And I love the character, and I know that obviously Killings is his own character, is himself, and I'm the reason why I compare it because it's the way how it's approach and how their approaches on the mic, and just I love it. I don't know if you guys feel the same. I really really love that, So it's let's see, yeah. I'm glad you're in the beach. But let me go here to the chat. What's going on, Chris? Bailey is getting a new theme produced by Paramore, and Bailey's new theme is going to be debuted next week. I can't wait to hear it. Absolutely. Shout out to Chris. Won't be surprised if Cena Killings Saturday Night Main Event in Atlanta. Maybe so. That would be amazing if they do happen, And that's where a lot of questions I want to ask you guys here in the chat. I mean, do we see, are they changing direction here? Or is this something, if they hear the audiences, they hear the crowd, they hear us fans, we want truth. We want truth. And bam, if where we're going with this direction now, are we going to see him going after the title? That's the biggest question that we have. Because we just barely the introduction of this, the Ron, the Truth Killings. We don't have yet of what we're going to get until the next couple of weeks. We don't know what we're going to get until SummerSlam. And that's a big question that we're heading with this. And especially that we got Saturday Main Event, how Steven's saying too, because we still got, there is right as we're on the road to SummerSlam, there is the block road right there, which is Saturday Main Event. We still have that. So we don't know what direction are they going to plan for Ron Killings. And I'm excited for it. And I know the fans are like, why he cut his hair? Like, what the fuck is going on? I am stoked and excited to see what is he going to do here. Courtney, what's going on, sweetheart? Appreciate you tuning in. And happy Thursday evening for you as well. But this is going to be exciting. I'm stoked for it, for Ron Killings. And I'm glad that now we get to see the version that TNA, NWA had back in the days when he was the world champion at the time. In TNA, and hopefully we can see that again from him, but a different approach and a mysterious one that's going to get us questioning, what is he going to do here? Is he going to be the one just passive aggressive, just being right in the middle, not being a heel or a face, just being beating both sides? That is something that I'm really excited to know and where they're going to go with this, with Ron Killings, and I'm happy that they've re-signed him. I really don't care who's really responsible because at the end of the day, they at least heard the voice from the fans. But there's always a question, too, that maybe what about prior to this was planned? So there's a lot of really conspiracies of where this, was it legit? Was this a word? Was it not a word? We don't know. And that's something that we're going to, down the line, maybe he'll say it. But at this point right now, the one thing we should be happy about is that he's, back full time. He got got an agreement, and he is now staying with WWE. Because he could have gone everywhere. As you saw, Tommy Dreamer offered him, hey, call me, pal. TNA is probably interested in getting you back here. Tony Khan could have done the same thing and calling him Braun Killings. Hey, we need you, Braun. It just could have been another thing. And there's him being there is, being as a free agent would have been, whoa. Yeah, he was one of the hottest free agents, believe it or not, folks. And I'm glad that they made the decision of resigning him, and he decided to stay. And we're going to have to wait to see what direction they're going to head with him. That's the one thing that I just want to see. Another thing, just heading back into the Money in the Bank before I move on to the other topics that I want to talk about. Because only three topics today, folks. Because I want to talk about, once again, here, Money in the Bank. We got to give it to Jacob Fatu. He did the thing that we thought he was not going to do. And he did it. I hate you. And there you go. That's what we go.
You, Big Daddy Bishop. I love you.
That's right. He made the decision. And I'm glad. And I'm looking forward to what's going to happen tomorrow. But there's already room in your windows out there of what's going to happen tomorrow. But I'll save that topic when we get to that. But very exciteful. It wasn't, we can't say it was the greatest or the best. It was mediocre Money in the Bank. But the one thing I'll give them, at least give credit to the talent that participated in these ladder matches. I'm happy that they did. I'm glad that Andrade got at least an opportunity. Penta got an opportunity. The one thing that shouldn't have happened, but it did happen, was, even though Octagon at least got a moment, but really got kind of buried here. I hope he get his revenge, and this time Dominic heading to AAA, facing Octagon Jr., and I'm hoping we get to see that. Was it necessary? Not really. Wasn't really, should have been done, but I get it. You needed a filler in between those four matches, but I wish they could have done something different. For that, could have had a 6-man, get the Judgment Day, get Finn, since the non-participant should have been Dom, Finn Balor, JD McDonough versus 3 of the, Octagon. He could have gone again. We could have seen Mr. Iguana competed there. I would have loved to see Mr. Iguana and JD McDonough going at it right there. Would have loved to see that. That would have been amazing to see. Aerostar too. So they could have just taken those 3 athletes and put them there in a 6-man tag against the Judgment Day. That would have been perfect to see, but they make this a one-on-one just understanding. So, I mean, it's very understanding. Shout out to also, Lettuce, my man, what is going on? The good R-Truth is gone. Ron, the Truth Killings, bad to the bone. Put some respect to his name. That's right. I put respect to his name. I know, I tell you that. I hate you solo. Yep, I loved it. Yes, that was amazing. And then, yes, I'm going to get into, yep, we know that for sure, that Goldberg is coming back on Raw, and we already know he's heading to, I'll get into that one, the topic in a few moments, Chris, but yes, I am so with you on that. Man, yep, and I'm with you too, Stephen. I am so with you on that. But, man, we got to give it a shout out. It's amazing, and I want LA Knight to win. But it was kind of, we kind of knew what was going to happen. It was going to be Seth Rollins winning here. I was expecting Roman to show up, and maybe his song would have gone off, and Rollins would have been like, oh my God, he's here. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen, unfortunately. So, it is what it is on that. And at least Grand Americano, we gotta give it as much as, whether we hate him or like him, folks. We got to give Chad Gable his credit. He performed in one of the top matches, I think could be a top 5 potential match of the year. Him and Hijo de Vikingo. We got to give it to him. That match was amazing. And this shows what Hijo de Valkingo could do different with any wrestler you bring him in the ring psychologically. And the same with Chad. Congratulations for Chad Gable. I hope you do be in that top 3 of the match of the year for this year of 2025, or B, maybe, because we're pretty in the middle of the year. We still got a lot more matches happening here in 2025, so we don't even know as of yet where it's going to go to. But also Gable as Grand American competing, I mean, you got to give it a Chad, basically, whether we like it or not. Kudos to that, man. Kudos to that. I got to give him that. The same with our Stephanie Valkyrie, the same for her. We got to give it for her as well. So that's something that I really, really enjoyed, basically, that I really did. And, oh, man, shout out to my brother right here. Greetings from Tennessee, man. So you moved to Tennessee, or you just out there for a visit? But shout out to you. That's my, oh, my God. It's my childhood friend, best friend from Zoomer, 4 years old. We known each other. Shout out to, Iris and shit right here. I hope everything is very well, man. Everything is good. Hopefully everything is good with you and the family out there, brother. And I don't know if you're living in Tennessee, but if you are, congratulations. And hopefully you're living a better life out there. Or just visit. And hopefully we see you here back in California, brother. Hopefully to see you back. But, man, and Stephen Chambers saying here, yes, Money in the Bank, both shows, exactly. Match of the year could be so for sure. And I'm with you on that, Steven. So it's something that I'm very excited to see what they're going to do here. And for Gable, I think maybe Gable should get a title run then. He's paying his dues. He's lost a lot of great matches. And not only just kind of one of them, but lost a couple of them. I'll tell you. But we got to give it to Stephanie Valkyrie as well, as I was saying. And Lola Vice, another great, incredible tag team they did, versus Chick Tormenta and Dalis. That was a good matchup. We at least able to get to see what the audiences were not able to see of these two incredible athletes from AAA, of Chick Tormenta and Dalis. Dalis is, of course, the veteran, the protege, pretty much the Miyagi of Stephanie Valkyrie. So, man, I'm really happy to see him. And yes, Chris was saying Hikuleo slated to be back. Yep, I was going to get into that. And now it's time to get into the topic. That's right. Because I know everybody's been like, okay, what do you mean of this? Because of, okay, it's time to get into the topic of, and we can say, folks, here that it's a debate. Could we debate it? I want to hear you guys in the chat. It's debate of the week. That's right. It is debate of the week, and today's topic is the final topic here. It's a long topic, folks. So don't go. Bear with me. The ups and downs of professional wrestling. That's right. That is the biggest topic here because that was the name of this episode. Is the ups and downs in the world of professional wrestling. And I'm starting with WWE before I get into NXT. I combined it together, didn't put all the talents, but I did what I could do here. So, want to get into this topic. The reason why I called it because we're already in the quarter of the year of June. So basically, it's every quarter, right? It's every other 3 months. It's the second quarter of all over the world professional wrestling, right? But I want to talk about WWE here for a moment before I get into NXT. Now I want to hear everybody in the chat. What has been your ups and downs? Let's start with the ups for WWE. The ups is the signings that they got overall, and I'm including NXT in this one. The signing, Ethan Page, Ethan Page, bringing, of course, Ricky Starks, bringing Jordan Grace, bringing Motor City Machine Guns, bringing the Lucha Brothers after Mania, bringing them, and bringing Jeff Cobb, signing Julia, signing Stephanie Valkyrie, bringing Jacob Fatu. All these incredible athletes that they really did a lot of things here to bring these talents here into, WWE and NXT. And the biggest ups with that. And also forgot the recent signing, Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May. That's another one that they brought upon. I don't know what deal they gave her, but they were ready to bring her, and they gave her whatever deal that she couldn't say no to. And now that she's officially here in WWE and NXT. So, oh, man. And also, Hiko, that's one thing too. Hiko Leo, you have all these signings, great signings that we're able to see what they're going to be, what they're capable to do in the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully. By far, we've seen a lot of ups, especially with Stephanie Valkyrie. We've seen a lot of ups, from Julia. We've seen a lot of ups from Ethan Page from winning the NXT, and World Heavyweight Championship, from winning now the NXT North American Championship. Ricky Saints, likewise the same. Jordynne Grace making her debut, and that was an amazing, tremendously. Motor City Machine Guns winning the tag team championships. Penta and Ray Phoenix still on the way to whatever they need to win to, either singles titles, mid-card titles, the Intercontinental or the U.S. Championship. It's just knowing where they're going to end up putting it. So, and bringing JC Mattel. That's right. Thank you, Chris. JC Mattel, bringing him along. So, great debut for him. But I wouldn't say great debut, but it was just an unexpected debut for JC Mattel, for Jeff Cobb. And giving Jacob Fatu the United States Championship was the greatest decision. And hearing the audiences going, being with him, and he is going face, and I'm excited to see, and like how Christopher was saying earlier in the chat, Hikuleo will be the replacement for Jacob Fatu tomorrow. I'll tell you that right now. Since Solo is having his new squad, he pretty much has New Japan squad with him right now, with the injured of the Gorillas of Destiny of Tonga and Tamatanga and Tangaloa. They're injured. They should be back soon. You have, JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb. Now you're bringing to finally, after almost a fucking year of pretty much waiting for his debut, which it should have been NXT, but I guess they're bringing him now, tomorrow, hopefully. That is Hikuleo. Biggest question is, where is it going to be his name? That is the one thing we don't know. We don't know if that's going to be his name. We don't know if, oh, and Zilla, that's right. Shout out to BJK. What's going on, man? Appreciate you tuning in, my brother. And seeing here also Logan saying, if Io Sky and Maya Watani face off one more time, it would be the women's version of Okada and Kenny Omega. Absolutely. You're not wrong there, Logan. I am so with you on that. Yes, I am so with you. You're not wrong, brother. Dragunov expected to be back soon. Hopefully, we'll see if he comes back next week or the following week, because there's an open spot on that tournament, but we're gonna have to wait and see if that does happen. So, excuse me. So, let's see. Stephen here. He's gonna give his ups and downs right now, but let's see. Stephen here saying upside, like the signings of WWE wise. Downside, got what, 5.5 to 6 hours of wrestling, Raw and SmackDown. Adding all NXT call-ups, not enough TV time. Some will be lost in the shuffle. Exactly, Steven. I was going to get into that, but, I still get into it. No worries. Everyone forgets about Sika Zilla, who posted some shit only on a phone call away. That's right. Absolutely. Christopher, we all know Asuka's back. Yep, absolutely. We already know she's coming back next week. That is for sure. We are getting that. And so, man, that was the biggest, like I said, the ups right there. And also Roxanne being called up to the main roster finally. Congratulations to her. I feel that she's going to do tremendously great on the Raw, roster. It's just knowing where the stories you can really go. We already got a story for her with her and the Judgment Day. This could be the separation that we're going to see. Maybe Finn Balor separating himself. And we're just going to have to see how this is going to go further with. And that's something that I'm intrigued to see if they're going to add any additional, or what are they going to do? That is the biggest question here. So that's something we're going to have to wait and see how further they're going to go with it. I'll tell you that. And the change, the ups of it, the heel side of Naomi that we wanted to see. And she since she came back to WWE, everybody was, okay, it's going to be the club. Okay, yeah, but like, and I know people in the IWC were feeling. They weren't feeling it in a way. I know that they were going to say, you know what, I'm sorry. They're going to be.
I don't care.
That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying. But I'll tell you, with the character change of Naomi, her turning heel, and the story that has with her with, with Bianca and Jade Cargill, is working. And this heel side of hers was the best decision for her to do. And her winning Money in the Bank was the best decision for them to do. And I'm glad that she is now again in the title picture. Question is, what title picture? Could be for SmackDown, could be Raw, could be NXT. Heck, now we can Evolve in this matter, but I don't think so. I'm just kidding around, folks. But I don't know. We got 3 titles that she's able to choose wherever she likes to go. And I'm excited to see what is she going to do. Is she going to cash in at Evolution? That's the biggest question that I am wondering to see. Will we see that from Naomi, her cashing in at Evolution? I want to see what nobody's going to do, but I'm happy for her. This heel side of Naomi is what we needed. And what she needed to her to really turn the character around. And I honestly feel her being in TNA helped her tremendously great. Her in-ring psychology improved way better. Don't get me wrong, she was there, but it gave it more of an addition. And more freedom of speech, character-wise in TNA, giving her more confidence. And now her coming in here and really changing that, changing the glow gimmick to the caution gimmick, like, oh, better watch it. Perfect. She is very confident, and I'm glad that they make the decision to give her that opportunity. I know people are like, but what about Jade? What about... I know. Tranquilo. We'll get to where Jade Cargill. I hope we get there because she needs to get there too. And hopefully so. Hopefully we get to see Jade Cargill pretty soon in that title contention again too. Hopefully so, but we need to see more of her television time. We're getting the course between them. Now could be the opportunity to separate that now, have Jade to focus on other things, while Naomi's going around to Raw and NXT really teasing the women's over there. And look at the women's roster. Look what I got. I could choose you. I could choose you. I don't know what to choose, She could literally do that. So that's something that we could see, And Steven's here saying, still waiting for Destiny Child Triple Threat. I love it, Steven. Yes, I love it. Chris was saying, Roxanne for future women's yabs. Yes, sir. Yes, he is. I am with you, Chris. Yes, he is. Bianca Belair is not expected to be back until Summer said that she will miss that. But yeah, I know. It's unfortunate. But hopefully she could be there like in commentary at least. Still be part of it. We have to wait to see what they're going to do, with Evolution. And I know that Papa H answered the question for Evolution. He's trying to figure out what's the timing, who's going to participate. And I said this, I said this before. You guys heard me, last week. I said it 2 weeks ago. I said that the women should have a 3-hour pay-per-view, especially with that stacked roster that they have. And hopefully, like how Logan mentioned, Marigold, bring them along. Even AAA, they're women too. Bring them along. TNA's Knockouts Division, bring them along. Give us something here for that. But we'll see. I don't know. Right now, they have within the month to book this and do it as great as possible to do it. And I hope they do. I hope they do, Chris. So we're going to have to wait and see how they're going to book it for sure. But that's one thing that I can really say the ups is really more is like character change and development of certain characters. Like Naomi's one of them that I'm really is really on the top right now for me, that I'm really happy for her. and really happy for how Jacob Fatu is getting he understands the psychology of professional wrestling. He knows it. He could put him any fucking promotion you want him to. He can understand it and get it in an instant, very fucking quick. The man, and that's my boy right there. What up, Oos? Oos, I miss you, Oos. But man, I tell you, Jacob Fatu, he knows his in-ring abilities of what he's capable to do, not to do. And also his character. He knows. He is very intelligent of reading, okay, what I need to do. Bam, okay, I'm going to change it, switch it around. And that's what this man did. Jacob Fatu did that in less than a year, came in here and did that and won the audiences over. And that's what I'm happy for Jacob Fatu. Now that he's heading into that direction of the face side, it's going to be great to see him versus, Solo. And again, give us the Solo too. He's finally kind of being more gimmicky too, kind of releasing more of instead of being the serious guy. Now he's more, gimmicking people like he did at Money in the Bank, like mocking Penta, walking like or doing like LA Night, or doing Chad Gable, yes, shush, doing all that and doing Andrade El Ídolo right there with the Los Ingobernables. I love that from Solo as he's opening up more his character as well, gimmicky and like more getting into the entertainment side. His ring. His performance is still as great, but we got to see more, and I hope we do see more of it. And Solo could do it, and hopefully we can see JC Mattel as well. We got to see more. That's one thing we could give them credit for that for sure. That we're seeing at least a lot of that. And let's see, Christopher saying here in chat, last time you Sky Wrestling was with Shita Maria, and that's right. Yes, I was on a Monday Night Raw. Absolutely, be cool if they put TNA Masha Stunning with JC Jane and the AAA champion, women's champion. I'm with you, Steven. That'll be awesome if they could do that. And that's the one thing we got to give at least. So those top two for me in the ups is Jacob Fatu and of course Naomi. And we got also right in top three, Roxanne. Roxanne is another one too. Like, now Christopher mentioned, future world champion, women's world champion for sure. That is not wrong at all. You're absolutely right. And she, anywhere you could put her, you could tell like her gimmick really fucking God is like, oh, I can't get bored of her. No, and the ring, amazing. Like her, it's there. It's really, really there. And Penta already too, another one there that is getting the audiences, and that's where we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of that, and that's the upside I could give you for WWE. Now the downside, yes. It's time for the downside. That's right.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
The bad news, folks. Yeah.
Shit's about to hit the fan.
The bad news of it. Okay, here's my downside for WWE. Overall, okay? Here is, it's time for the court. That's right. Ayo, court. That's right. That's right, Lauren. And much love to you, Lauren. Oh, man. The downside of this is really what I digressed 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to continue to it. And that is TV time, storytelling for a lot of these talents that they need to be pushed. Not just females. What you guys heard me the 2 weeks ago digressing about it for the females. What I feel they deserve to have a 3-hour pay-per-view for Evolution. I'm not calling it a PLE, folks. I'm calling it pay-per-view. I'm old school. I'm not fucking old school. On the male side of this, overall, like I mentioned, the downside, we need more Jade Cargill. We need more of her performing in the ring for her to get used to the in-ring psychology of it more than what she already knows. We got to see more storytelling with that. We need to get more of the Chelsea of Michin and B-Fab. B-Fab is really learning, and I give her a lot of shouts for her. She's learning as well to improve her character, her charisma, her promos, mic skills, everything. Michin, likewise, another one there that is up there, but it's not given the time. I hope they gave these two women those tag team titles. I hope they do. They got to do something with them, at least to push them to that limit. To the moon, baby. That's what they need to do. And that's something that I'm hoping that you're capable to do. With a 3 fucking hour show that you have down SmackDown, you got 3 hours. That goes likewise with the tag team division that you have right now. Garza's family, they are getting pushed. Now we got to see Santos. I want to see some more Santos. I want to see more Andrade. I want to see more Rey Fenix. It's lack of really the time and really helping them to improve in the ring and promo wise. That's what's missing on SmackDown, mainly for these talents. I know, we know the reason for the nature of Rey Fenix, why his shit, took forever. Tony Khan, and there you go. But Rey Fenix, at least he delivers matches. We just got to see more story. Andrade, likewise, we're seeing it, but we need more. We need more Motor City Machine Guns. We need more. We need now that you've called up, Fraxium. We need more of that. We need more tag team. Garza's, you got them. We need more of that. We got to keep pushing it. It cannot be a consistent. It can't be constant every other week being the same cast. Mix it up a bit. And that goes likewise for Raw. Mix it up a bit. Because there's one man here that I put here right in below me that I am digressing for this man and he's going to have a book out that I'm excited to buy and read. I'm excited to see. And that's this man below me. That is Karrion Kross. This man right here, all we get is the instigator and not a performer on fucking Raw or on SmackDown. Only on fucking pre-recorded fucking main events. Never a fucking Raw matchup. Why is that? Why is that, Papa H? Why is that? What is your creative team telling you about this man? Are you going to tell me that, it's part of the show? Being the instigator? How long is this instigating shit going to happen? It's too long. We got to do something. And keep in mind that his fucking contract's up by the end of the summer. Where's his re-sign contract? You fought for this man to come back. You brought him twice and done absolutely not a damn thing. Where is a title contention for this man? Where is a mid-card title contention for this man? Which I feel like he deserves more of a world title shot. Where is his storytelling for this man? You had the opportunity where you had Final Testament and you dropped the ball on that man. Didn't do anything. Not a damn thing. Not a damn feud. Nothing. And you let him go. What the fuck was that? And this is something that your creative team, they need to step it up a notch and figure out what the fuck they need to do with this man. Because I can do a lot of things with this man if I was the creative team. The audience is here in the chat could tell you what we could do with Karrion Kross. Because we love him and we support him. And this man deserves to have an opportunity. Especially, he is incredible in the ring, incredible in the mic. What are you sleeping on, Paul Levesque? What is your sleeping on this man for you to push him to the next level? Are you going to continue? Are you busting? Oh yeah, coming on Raw next week. Oh yeah, Satnam Singh is going to be making his debut, whatever the fuck. Never makes his debut. The fuck's going on here? No. It's just, and thank you, Stephen. There's another one too. Absolutely. Yep, Maxine Dupree as well, and Candice LeRae is another one. But yep, Lauren loves B-Fab and Micha, and Candice is being too much of a heel Max. That's another thing that I'm disappointed. Where's Pretty Lady? Exactly. Karrion Kross needs to get that push, man. Paul Levesque, you need to do something. I don't understand why you're sleeping on this character that the audiences, that his merch was really one of the top sellers. You know, the audiences is right behind him, like we are. We are, as the fans, are right behind him, what he's done. This man is a phenomenal, no pun intended, AJ Styles, but an incredible person. He is. And this man could deliver to you in that ring, but you do not give him that chance. You said it when you first took over. Oh, want to step up, right there. Well, it is right there, but when the fuck are you going to give him that chance? When? I don't see it. I don't see it of it. What? You're going to tell me, well, main event counts? No, it doesn't. Main event doesn't fucking count. No. Monday Night Raw. You got Netflix paid you so much money, and you guys, TKO, have a 2.5, 3 hour fucking show you can do longer. And where is this man's in-ring performance besides doing, well, I told you so. Yeah. No. No instigator shit. Have him fucking wrestle. Have him give you a story what he's doing with someone. That's the one thing. The downs, the other downs. You call in Julia. You're giving Julia already a title shot for Selena Vega's United States World Championship. I know people debate in the IWC about, it shouldn't be long title reigns or short terms. I get it. Should be in the middle. 6, like how Redeemer would say, 6 months, 8 months the most. Doesn't have to be a whole year, but something. But in that time frame, have them do something with that belt, not just like once every other 2 months. Oh, then I gotta lose the fucking belt. No. There's a reason why that title became a championship. A title definition is to be a defender, defending that title, defending what is prestigious to you, who represents you and represents the company and represents what you fought for to get to the top of that mountain, to get to that grass ring. It's supposed to be a consistent title defense. Now, I'm not saying every fucking week, at least twice or 3 times a month, at least. Give them that TV time, but give them contenders. I'm speaking overall. I'm not speaking just the U.S. title. I'm speaking overall on both brands. Even on NXT is likewise the same. But we don't see that. And you make them keep these titles. You make them do marketings. And then 3 months later, less than that, a couple weeks later, you make them lose it. Just like you made the other man lose the fucking belt. That is Jey Uso. But I'll save him right now in a few moments. But my direction with Julia is, my fear is for Julia, and I said this 2 weeks ago the same, is getting into this mixed up that, oh, yeah, we're going to use you, but not this week, not even the following week. Oh. How do you want her to develop and get her the attention from the audiences if you don't fucking use her? Keep in mind, folks, if they cut off completely live event shows, there's no longer live event shows. How do you expect them to grow if there's none of that now with all of these fucking cuts? How? There isn't any. Now is take the opportunity of having what you have, 3 hours SmackDown, figure that shit out. Where to put, okay, I'll put this one person here, and I'll put this one the next following week. I'll put this one the following week. Fucking figure that shit out. It could be your creative team, Levesque. They better fucking figure something out. And now look, call me. Call us. We'll help you. We'll help you. Definitely help you. Because these athletes, these incredible performers, athletes, they need that TV time. I said this. 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm not saying it, I'm saying it again. 15 minutes they need. 15, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, something. A promo to still tell a story, to begin a story. Matches to make the matches consistently. That's what they fucking need. That's what I need. And shout out to Kofi. We live, baby. Dirty Heels, baby. Dirty Heels. We live, baby. Yes. They're trying to monopolize. Monopolize of what? TKO is fucking in depth right now, but I'm not even gonna get into TKO now because that's too much bullshit. And if you want to hear more of that, go to our boy Henry from the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. He broke it down for us. Check him out because he really broke it and what happened there with their billion-dollar debt. Yeah, you cut all that cost, and what is happening here? This is where they need to take advantage of how to really, with the stacked roster you have on both brands, who to give stories. You want people to step up. How do you expect them to step up if they don't have a platform where they can do it on live events? How? Explain that to me, Paul Levesque. Explain it to me, Emmanuel, says you cut off these live shows. Explain to us, the audiences, how do you expect for talent to grow without having an opportunity to get exposed? How? How? Tell me fucking how. Because there isn't. There isn't at all. And like how Kofi's saying, yeah, there's more about merch and entertainment and wrestling. That is a problem that TKO needs to fucking change. We are yes, it is professional wrestling. Yes, it's sports entertainment. Yes, it has, of course, storytelling. Of course, we predetermined. But trying in a ring, I've done it. Trust me, it's not a hit. It's not an entertainment. That fucking hurts. I'll tell you that right now. But that's something that they need to really fix. The goals with Raw. Likewise, the same Raw. Fear of Stephanie. Stephanie got the crowd over. Stephanie Valkyrie. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. But what now? That's where we're going to be at now. Where are we now with her moving forward? You can't put her in a title picture with the Intercontinental Belt with her and Becky Lynch because she's already mixed in with Bayley. How Chris was saying on the chat earlier. Lyra Waterman wasn't happy with that. That's another thing there too. Tag team division. What tag team? There isn't any. Not as much. You tell me, name me Raw tag teams that running at Raw. There isn't much. So I don't know what the hell fucking New Day's talking about saying, oh yeah, we're the greatest. We beat all teams because there's only like 3 or 4 teams on Raw. There is not much teams there. Sorry. And and with Io Sky, how Chris, how they mentioned, Chris mentioned the last time that Io fought was in a tag team match, which I don't know how many Raws ago happened, and it hasn't wrestled since. I mean, the woman deserves a break. She has been very consistent before winning the belt, and now I'm happy that she has a belt fully. So I'm happy to see that, but I just got to see more of that's the downside for me. The downside is really more of giving these talents their time to grow for the audiences. They need that time. How do you expect for these talents to grow if they're not given a platform to grow? That live shows are gone. There's no platforms there. Yes, you created a fucking tournament. Okay. For what? To then take the pin, but not show who they really are? Come on, man. We got to do better than this. You went from the upgrade to falling to the downgrade on this state. You have a roster, Paul Levesque. You have an incredible roster that has a lot of potential that can deliver for you. But how can they if you don't give them that? Instead of focusing 25 minutes on a fucking promo on what your really top fucking stars, I think your top stars would understand. All I need is 10 fucking minutes, 50, and give it the rest of the talent. It's so simple, so fucking simple. Why can't you do that? You don't need to give a 25 to 30 fucking promo telling you, yeah, you know why I want to win this? I'm hot. No, you don't need that shit. I don't need it. No, give it to the rest. Sharing is fucking caring. That's what everybody needs here. They need that. Jey Uso, another what? Why? Everybody in the chat, please tell me, and I want to hear you. How many times has Jey Uso defended that title when he was the World Heavyweight Champion? And tell me, how many fucking times did he ever defend that world title in a pay-per-view? Tell me how many times. I would like to know in the chat. How many times you lost the belt to Gunther? Because how Christopher said, Goldberg's going to show up, and we got to see Goldberg here. And now we got to get Goldberg. Okay, here we go. And I'm sorry, Goldberg, but yes.
What?
I'll tell you, Goldberg. Just give me a minute, all right? I'll tell you. When I saw that, yes.
Fuck! Fuck!
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? Bill Goldberg will most likely challenge Gunther for this heavyweight championship. Oh, man. Mr. Cole, good evening, sir. How are you? That's right. Shout out to Earl Cole. Make sure you follow him, subscribe. He does also his fantastic, incredible watch-alongs as well. Shout out to Mr. Earl Cole. Appreciate you. And yes, Dango, what's going on? What is going on? And Kofi saying here, let's see. Kofi saying that title is such a waste. Every female title other than SmackDown Women's Champion is type of trash and forgettable. That's where it's the problem is that the meaning of a championship is losing a prestige and not making it to be a relevant title. So that's where my digression is, Kofi. Is they're not giving those times those titles. What was the point of creating these titles if you're never really giving them those opportunities? I don't see that, and that's where they need to really they got to time manage and really give that space. Really, you want to remove live events? Get it lower down those promos, those 25-minute promos that is not needed. All you need is just one, at least, out of the whole fucking week, or two. That's all you fucking need. You don't need it more than that. You don't. So, and based on Earl right here, Earl Cole saying that Jey Uso lost the belt because of wrong. That's the biggest question that I don't know, honestly. Earl, I can't. I mean, I respect your opinion. I have no idea if it is. My digression about that is really, I wish that Jey was given more of an opportunity to be a defending champion and to be given a single stories instead of being mixed in the situation with the Cena and Cody situation. Why was that necessary? Was it needed? It was not. There wasn't anything at all for Jey Uso to have because there was no title tension for him there, unfortunately. And that's what's horrible. He's a great. This is where we get it. People are saying, well, he got his Mania moment. He got the world title at least. Okay. He got a longer reigns in the Intercontinental. I get that. But why couldn't he step in at SummerSlam and held it till then? Why can we just waited until that time? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Let's see. NXT. Jay Triple H was furious with fans. Yes! Because he's furious at what? That he lost the belt? Of course we are. I'm furious. Of course I am. No, Earl, he didn't. Okay. Let's see. Jay only defended the title twice. Once again on Raw, and then there's no DQ. And once a Backlash against Logan Paul. 1-1. You see what I mean? That's what I mean by that. 1-1. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you really gave this man the championship and he only did what?
I cannot believe this shit.
Like, really? That many times? Let me highlight Steven again. Look, I'm going to highlight Steven. Right here. Jey Uso defended what again? Twice. Once on Raw with Seth and one with Logan Paul at Backlash. There goes my digression. Yep. Chris was saying, one pay-per-view, Jey Uso defended. Yep. That was it. And, and I forgot Saturday. That's it. That's it. It's just, that's where and to top it off, to really have his son out there after he loses the match to Gunther on Raw. Like, come on, man. Thank you, Earl. Appreciate you for hitting the like, brother. Appreciate you. It's really, that's the downfall here, folks. That I feel where the downfall is. Jey Uso's title run was not, for me, my opinion, I don't know you guys are the same. Tell me if it was relevant to y'all. It was great to see him to hold the belt. Great storytelling with him and Gunther heading into the matches, what they're going to. But within that meantime, should have been really competition, him defending the title more often. We got him in mixed tags with him and Cody, and then we like, no. Separate that fucking story. Jey Uso should have had the full right to be a defending world champion, and he only defended it twice. That's unfortunate. And you make him lose the belt at fucking Monday Night Raw instead of waiting to fucking SummerSlam. I get it once again what I said earlier about the long range, short term world champions. This was not the way to do it, in my opinion. I hope that this is not the end, and this is hopefully something for Jey Uso to get that back. He deserves to have another run. Because if he doesn't have another run and you put it back in the tag team division, it's a full of fucking waste. That's what you did. Paul Levesque, I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't do that. It's a shame. It's a fucking shame. You know, this man has us over as audiences, and you did his title reign as what? Don't give me no fucking excuse. Well, at least he was a world champion. No, fuck all that. No. Was he a defending world champion how many times? You know, no. That's my digression there. And no, this man deserves better. He deserves better. It's unfortunate. And now, a year fucking later, we're seeing Hikuleo making his debut hopefully tomorrow, and we'll see what the fuck's he gonna bring to the table. We gotta see what he's gonna do. You know, we gotta see what AJ Styles gonna do now. He's all of a sudden he's having matches consistently because his contract's up too, which I'm afraid of. They're letting him walk. Nakamura, you started using him. Oh yeah, well I started using him because his contract's up. Right, okay. But what about the rest of the crowd? What about the rest of the roster? This is where they gotta figure this out. They need to. They got to really take the time frame of a time managing and make it, okay, 1 week could be this cast. The next week could be this other cast. Then when we're heading into the pay-per-view, then, okay, have them do promos. Have them do promos within that time. Have them in the tag match or here and there. But be the same people every other week. We need to mix it up a bit additional. We need, like how, Steve mentioned Candice LeRae. Right there's another one. We need more of that. We need Maxie Dupree is another one. We got to see. Yes, we're going to see her and Natalya be a tag team. I want to see what they're going to go with that. We need a lot more. We need a lot more exposure here. That's what we need. And it's a shame that the audience, certain IW seasons will be like, oh man, they suck. Like, what the fuck would you know? You don't even fucking see them. You're going to say, well, we don't fucking see them on TV. That means they're not badass. Well, there's your fucking answer because they're not giving the fucking time. How would you know? How would you know they're badass? If there were live event shows, then maybe they were going to be badass. So you could finally see them perform in the ring, perform live shows, and get better in the ring. So that's the downfall where WWE is right now. It's really that. And the downfall is, too, that I would include on this, especially, is they got to stop competing with other promotions. Yes, fucking AEW or Ring of Honor. Why are you fucking trying to be, why are you bringing back the Ted Turner type of style, man? It's WCW, the wrestling really competing with the Monday Night Wars, we're going to pay-per-view wars. What the fuck for? No. All you're creating here is adding more to the pond, to more tribalism and more narcissist shit. Fuck. There's no fucking need. There's no need. And exclude yourself away from fucking UFC pay-per-views. Doesn't have to be together. Or we're going to have a combo. You're going to have WWE and away from all that bullshit. I just hope to see more. I really, really do. And that's right. You heard my girl right here, Lauren, saying, like, share, join the Discord. That's right. Man. But that's my digression. Now let me start with NXT now. NXT. Now I can get into NXT. NXT now. Okay. All right, Hickenbottom. You too. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing with hot potatoing. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Your eyes going that way. Your eyes going this way. I don't know where the fuck's going. You want to hot potato the belt here, there, and there. You get a shot. You get a shot. You get a shot. Oh, you're gonna win it. Oh man. Oh, God, why?
That's fucking bullshit.
You're bullshit up at the hick bottom. You gotta stop with that shit. Oh, that's gotta stop. Stop hot potatoing these titles. You gotta both make it prestige. Make them something. Make it meaningful. Make it short-term fine. 6 months. Fuck it. Don't make it be like, oh yeah, the following week you lose the belt. No, the hell with that shit. But the ups of NXT, that's the downfall for NXT. I tell you, I give you for that. They give you that, and I wish that the other downfall. I wish NXT's given 30 more extra minutes, so they can really put a lot of the talents that they really have there that are tremendously great. They have an incredible women's roster. They have an men's roster that the women is putting up more than the men, and which is fine, but we got to see more of the men too. We got to somehow kind of balance it, but we got to give them time. And now with the call-ups that we have, with Valkyria already gone, Julia gone, Jordan Grace is on the road hopefully soon. I'm saying it in a good way. I'm not saying it in a bad, by the way. But it just, hopefully we can get that. Now this is where you're able to push other talents that you have there as well. You have about 18, close to 19 women on that roster in NXT. Just the NXT roster. So it's just like you are able to push. You got a lot of talent there that you're able to push. Now this is ever since the cuts. Now this is your chance to start building. All right, now let's see. Let's get Zaire up there. Now let's get Tatum Paxton more moving. Let's get Thea Hale more moving as we're getting right now. Since they announced the Fatal 4-Way for the winner of that will, head into Evolution challenging JC Jane. So, also, congratulations to JC Jane winning the belt. And she paid her dues. Now it's time to see what is she going to do with it. And we got to see. The signings are for them as well. The way how they introduced the product NXT to the new talent that come to signing, like Ethan Page, Ricky Sainz, Mariah May, now known as Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace, Stephanie McClure, Julia. You introduce them that type, what the system is of NXT for them to get used to. And also good signings that you got from ID, Sean Legacy. That's another guy who's a future there that is definitely going to be a feature in that roster for NXT. And once he's finished with Evolve, I would just already move him already to NXT because that guy has incredible. He's great on the mic. He can really develop more. Great on exactly in the ring. Man is there's a reason why he calls himself a legend for a reason. He's gonna make a legacy for himself. Javon Edmonds is another one that really performed in a Fatal 4-Way that happened in the World Collides, has the potential what he could do. Now it's time to put him in the title picture. Obafemi is another one that when we saw he won the belt, we all expected for it to be, but he turned it around. He twisted around. And by far, he's the only one in this roster who's been holding the belt longer than anybody else could hold their own titles. That tells you something. And that Obafemi is he ready to be called up? A lot of people are saying yes. I'm saying no. I'm saying give him the rest of the year to finish strong and for him to pass the torch whoever is the next following one to take it. There's still a lot more talents there in the men's side that needs to get into that the contention where he's at. But there's also their men on the roster that is ready to be called up. So we already know that SummerSlam, after Rumor Your Window, folks, we don't know, but it's confirmed that the draft will be beginning its place. By far, we already seen free agency being signed, like Valkyria, like Julie, like Roxanne. So we're seeing their call-ups already. We still haven't got Jordan Grace as we speak yet, but it's going to get there. We got Fraxton really got called up, but there's more talents like Trick Williams. We got Tony D'Angelo, who's ready to be called up. Chase U, Andre Chase, are they ready? We don't know. There's a lot of things here. But NXT's ups is they create stories that has this very intrigue and very tuning into the following week. That is great storytelling what they have because it has this questioning in it. Those are the ups that could give NXT for the signings, for teaching the system, for really exposing those talents. But the downside is the exposure of the talent. Now, like I mentioned, you have plenty of the roster there that has not been given that opportunity, has not been given. Just besides being in there getting squashed for, taking the squash, taking the loss there, unfortunately. And I hate to use that word, but it's very true. They take it. But what are you going to do from there? They haven't done it. They need to be more exposure there for them too. There's a lot of their, I want to see more of Sean Spears. I want to see more of, the calling. I want to see more, man. What else can we say there that we haven't really seen that has the potential that we haven't, besides what we got to see more of. We've seen Stacks, we got to see more of it. I still want to see more of Izzy Dame. I want to see more of, Karen Petrovic. Lash Legend, I want to see more of her, which we already saw. Yes, it wasn't the greatest, but it was something. Ray Sinclair is another one. These are talents that needs that kind of exposure. They need to get pushed. How, like I said, my declaration here with this product with WWE and with NXT is one thing NXT do have. They have live shows that they do. They do live shows, and this is where they have the opportunity there to build their talent there on their live shows. And this is where Hickenbottom. Sometimes it feels Hickenbottom jumps the gun too very quick, and then he changes his mind in an instant. Oh, well, I gave him a little, but I wanted to change it. No, you switch it up a little bit right there. So, I mean, it all depends. I just hope that we're able to see something. So, I'll tell you. It just all depends, sir. And I got to see if I froze, because if again, StreamYard is giving me this issue here, let me know in the chat if you guys can still see me. And hopefully I did not freeze, because if I did, this will be horrible. Okay, I didn't freeze. It's okay, so I'm good. All right. That's perfect. Okay. All right. Just wanted to check there, but I appreciate y'all. But that's WWE NXT for me, guys. And I mean, this is for me, that's my ups and the downfalls. Really, the downfalls is more as well for NXT is hot-potatoing those titles, and they gotta chill, they gotta relax with that type of shit. And you gotta find your number one contender for Obafemi. You need to find you gotta find your future guy. There's a lot there that I named that they need that has it, but it has not been given the chance. So if you're gonna move up Obafemi to the main roster, like as well as Siobhan Evans, we don't know. Ricky Saints is on his way too. We don't know, but this is something that we gotta see development here on out within this quarter, next 2 quarters. Hickenbottom, Paul Levesque, start building contenders for this man Obafemi, a potential one. What he did with Jasper, Jasper Troy. Okay, yes, there was a little botch here and there, but he has potential. And that kid's going to learn, most definitely. He got it. He's going to learn too. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him. But there's a lot here that they could do, but knowing is what are you going to give to Obafemi? So we got to give a shout out to Obafemi for sure. We got to. That is a fact. All right. Now that I'm done with ups and downs with WWE and NXT, now it's time to turn my head around into, you see, I'm looking at you. You know that I'm looking at you.
¡Eh, cabrón! ¡Chinga tu madre!
What's up with that?
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Let's fucking go!
I'm looking at you, Tony Khan. That's right. You know that I was heading to you next. You think I'm just going to bash WWE? Oh, no. You think I'm going to just give WWE their ups and downs? Oh, I got a great YouTube. I got a great, AEW. The ups and downs for AEW Ring of Honor. I'll give you that for them. So, where should I start? But before I do, anybody in the chat, let me know. Anybody's watching me either on X, come on down to the YouTube channel, come subscribe, folks, and come on down and we chat with you. Also, the super chat is open as well, folks. It's really open. Go ahead, You're not obligated. You're more than welcome to donate. We appreciate you. Of course, the donations will go to the network. That'll be any equipment or anything that we need. So, but we're gonna start with AEW. AEW. What is it with AEW that? Hey, what is the ups and downs of AEW? Let's start with AEW's the ups. The signings that we got from when they signed Josh Alexander. They signed Ricochet. They signed Speedball Mike Bailey. They signed Megan Bayne. They signed Tekla, Mina Shirakawa. They brought them all here. And they have done a great job with all of them. I think that they've done a great job. Shout out to Tony Khan. Let's give it a Tony Khan. I gotta give it to him. The guy, he did something there. I'm proud of you, pal. Really am. You did something great. You brought up these incredible talents. Yes, one thing I will tell you, Tony Khan, that I am glad what you're doing. You are pushing Collision better than your fucking Dynamite. That's just my opinion. Because Collision is where it's telling the stories heading into the following week for that Dynamite, which I like. There's nothing wrong with that. However, you got to learn how to promote your Collision and have your story already ready and the talent ready where you need to get them. Okay, I need you here. I need you here. Yeah, I know that you pre-record sometimes on the same day or you do live events that day, so I know. So it depends. But I see you. But the signings of, Mina Shirakawa, Tekla, Megan Bayne, Josh Alexander, Ricochet, Speedball, bringing in Will Ospreay as well, and bringing Kyle Fletcher in, I still want to see where Mark Davis is. Hopefully he gets better, and hopefully we get to see more of him. I don't know what we're going to get out of him, but here in this case, I like what I saw from Tekla last night. What I saw from her putting really Queen Aminata looking great. I love that Tekla is not selfish and really likes to put the talent over. I like that from her. And that goes likewise from Mina Shirakawa. Does the same thing. Alexander has been doing the same. Speedball and Ricochet. We got to give it up to these talents. They're doing that. I'm so happy that they found a place where they're able to express themselves in the ring besides promos, which I know they're working on promos little by little with them because of their time and they're given. This is another roster here as well that is fully stacked on the men's and women's. And this is something that they do have. And it's able to see whatever they're capable to do. So we're going to have to wait and see what is it that they're going to be able to do in the future. Could we see them being a future mid-card world champion? We could see Ricochet going after the TNT belt, maybe not anytime soon, but that's the one feature star there. Speedball's alongside. Alexander could be down the line, maybe later heading for that. Maybe now for the United Championship, now that they're going to combine the belt with the Continental and the International, the United Championship, which looks like almost pretty much similar to the back in the old school days of the first ever AEW women's, championship. Just the design, obviously, it's bigger, of course. And so I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out to be. And Sky Blue could be. Chris, I was just waiting for you, pal. I was waiting for you. I knew it. I knew it. If you make that happen, Chris is going to go. He is. He's going to be the. Damn! That's how you know. Yep. If you don't do it, he's going to be pissed.
What kind of shit is that?
He'll be pissed. I don't want to do that. Man, but I'm happy to see there's a lot of great talent at Collision. I feel one thing for Collision deserves to get more exposure and more really marketing on that side. That's the one thing that could really say where is really for the downside of AEW. It's really more of the marketing. Really more the marketing and putting your talent really, hey, I need you here, I need you here, I need you here for this upcoming following weeks. I get it. You want to be a different promotion, want to be the one that be the leniency giving them. Oh yeah, don't you take them? You're gonna go over here, go ahead, do over there what you got to do, or you're gonna take a day off. All right, take a day off. I got somebody else. You know, I get it. You're being nice. You're being lenient, Tony Khan, and I respect that. I know, but sometimes you gotta that leniency needs to go out of the window, man. Because especially right now that you need to market everything what the hell you're doing for your product. You need them there if you're gonna tell stories. And this is where Redeemer really digresses and says you gotta give them a brand, do a brand split. Fuck it. We fucking hate that it's take to say that it's to be a brand split, but fucking give them a brand split. Fuck it. Might as well. So I mean, I would do it. I would really do it. Give them the brand split here. Because Collision has delivered for the last couple months a lot of great wrestling and less mic work compared to what Dynamite does. A little bit more mic work than more wrestling. It has its roller coaster, ups and downs. So we'll see. I mean, but that's probably the only thing that Collision is missing. Is they're missing. I feel they need a brand split. Might as well. Here, look, Chris. I'll tell you this. Sky Blue has held the Warrior Wrestling efforts. And what's going on there, pal? You tell me. Tell me what is going on there, right? That's why I'm like, oh man, Tony Khan, come on.
I'm serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
Well, you fucking take it. You take it. Because Chris over here is not feeling it. But the one thing I'll tell you though, Chris, what they should do. One, it's a brand split. Two, create. If you have your TBS title on Wednesdays on TBS, create your women's TNT championship and give it to Sky Blue. How about that, Christopher? You'll be happy with that? Does that make you happy? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to make you go fucking crazy. It's gonna make you go, wouldn't it be glorious? Do a fucking brand split and fucking might as well create a women's mid card over there. It says you really use, you know, I was happy to see La Güera Loca. Hell yeah. Shout out to Güera Loca and, you know, Johnny Collision. Fucking might as well. Do a fucking brand split. Might as well. I just promote is one thing that the downs is AEW is promotion and having your talent to be more consistent and where you need them. And it's across the board, not only just the promotion, but it goes across the board, everything. I think that's one thing that is kind of missing there, and I feel that they can really, really go with that and really will be having great shows. Collision has been really great show. They really have delivered a lot of great shows. So, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see how they're going to do it. So, that's one thing. And then, you know, the ups of the women's one is on the ups is overall the women's, at least certain women's are getting exposures. We're getting the ups of AEW that they're telling now stories. We're now getting stories, and this time the stories that we're getting is now being extended. Now it's being told ahead of time. And the ups of what Tony Khan is doing is now he is telling the stories a month in advance, heading into his big pay-per-views. Great job. Whoever told Tony Khan, hey pal, stop booking your matches last fucking minutes or storytelling, start writing it now, head to that direction. I'm glad that you're doing that. And and you're improving. I get it. You know, with the pandemic wasn't the greatest. You know, getting into the mixture is understandable. I understand that. But now here we go. Now we're getting this here. Now we're getting storytelling and good shit, Tony Khan. I'm happy that you're doing that. I am really happy. Let's see. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like I am not alone. So I need to fix this very quickly. All right. Let me make this smaller. Oh, no. All right. Here he is. All hail, ladies and gentlemen. He is a glorious man, and he's here with me.
I can't
Bow down
alone
to the king, of course. I don't mind being alone. I'm okay.
What is going on? What's going on, everybody?
What is going
the
on,
king is
everybody?
here. The king is here.
Yes, the king is here. So I was talking to you about these two topics, but I'll go back to them to be with you. But so let's ask OGK the question here, folks. What has been your ups and downs with AEW overall? We'll say Ring of Honor after. I was starting with AEW. So you can start with whichever one you want to start with, either your ups or downs. You break it down.
Okay, I'll be all over the place with this, but my up on the stock is up on the women's tag division. My stock is up on that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could probably count a good 6 or 7 tag teams right now that they really have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like they kind of teased Willow and Stat getting back together. I feel like possibly bringing in Shayna, maybe, because I feel like something's going to happen there. Of course, you got the Queens of Destruction. You know, you got KJ / Anna J and what's her name? You got them.
Tate Mello, you got Anna J, Harley Cameron.
Yeah, Harley Cameron. You got Harley Cameron. That they have options there. So I feel like that they did tease on Sammy Guevara's vlog that they might be bringing in tag titles. There was a tease on his vlog about bringing in those. Just like Chris said, this is a Destruction, Sky Blue, Joy Hart. That's my top team right there.
Me too. Top team for sure.
Yeah. Like even like there's branches out. I feel like the singles division is a work in progress. I don't know if you saw Queen Aminata no-selling the finish to the match last night.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna
walk away.
Yeah.
And then even before that, when she got Irish whipped to the corner, she kind of walked to the corner. So there's kind of a little bit of question mark with that. Like we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
With that. And what's going on, Fletch?
Oh, what's going on, Fletch?
Killer Kelly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? What is going on? Happy Thursday evening.
So you have that.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what you guys think about CEO.
Oh, that's right. No, it's not that no more. It's OGK. OGK. That's what it is now.
Hopefully Tony Storm wins. I feel like that would be the smart thing. Even though I think in a different light, Monet winning would be better because then she could vacate the TBS championship and you can free that title. And you can actually branch off and still have a rematch and then have the TBS title and have people go for that, and it'd be to allow more of the up-and-comers like Tekla, Cream, Aminata, and all them to challenge for it, get a new start out of that. So I feel like the singles thing is kind of down a little bit, but not too much, I feel like. Okay. I think on the men's side, the tag division's down, even though I think stock is up with the Hurt Syndicate, and it was great to see MJF and the MVP singlet. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was great. Him doing the MJF, but still.
And then him being like, for one night only, I'm bringing back the greatest U.S. wrestler alive. You know, even though I like the Speedball Kevin Knight duo, I do like that, but I think they need to do work to that division, even if it means actually doing this good push with the Gates of Agony. I think Gates of Agony need to be a top team.
I agree. I don't know if you felt it, okay. Did you feel that? What's up, Straits? What is going on?
What up?
Did you feel did Gates of Agony impress you when they had that street fight with Big Bill and Brian Keith? Or
they've impressed me. They've impressed me ever since the World Tag League in New Japan.
Mm.
They've impressed me since then, and then they come over. They had semi babyface turn, and I like it. I feel like they're just. I don't want to say stuck, but there's not enough tag teams.
Mm.
And then, just like Chris said, Brian Cage getting hurt. That kind of put like a log jam.
Yeah.
Because him and Lance Archer were going to challenge, and then it kind of pushed Big Bill and the Bad Apple, and they were supposed to be feuding with Gates of Agony at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they wanted to shoot up Gates of Agony too quick. So
yeah,
I feel like getting some more tag teams in there will help that. I might be one of the latter, but I think the stock is up with the Don Callis family. And there's a little thing that I've noticed. I don't know if you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard it on another thing. And of course, I would shout out Fletch because he was just on another chat, and he mentioned he said, Takeshita, what do you feel like if you turn babyface with Okada aligning with Don Callis? But my rebuttal, I do like that. They've been teasing Fletcher being annoyed with Don Callis lately.
Mm.
What if Kyle Fletcher turns babyface? Or not even babyface, what if he just says, like, I'm done with this group. I'm too big for it now because I'm Flyer, because I'm Kyle effing Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
The Proto, of course. And he just goes on his own.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question, because I was talking about this earlier. Do you feel, with the roster they have both on men's and women's side, do you feel...
Yes.
Yes. So do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with it. They have plenty to split it up. We always see certain people on Collision and certain people on Dynamite, and then just a few. Even in the Don Callis family, I feel like Don Callis has his family on Dynamite and his family on Collision, and then you know which ones are on which show.
Yeah.
So you do see it, and I like it. I like a brand split when they do it. They just need to fully do it. And I feel like as the time goes, you're starting to see it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You're seeing it. And I said it before. I was like, of course, like you're seeing certain titles only being like Adam Cole with the TNT.
Mm-hmm.
It's been more on Collision. You really don't see him too much on You're seeing him there. Of course, you're seeing the trios on Collision. You're seeing the TBS, of course, with Monet on Dynamite more, but then Shapiro on commentary for Collision. You're seeing Tony a little bit more on Collision. But like if they could stick to it, they could do it because they're already starting to do it. And then you did say it before. He's done so much better with booking stories. And I feel like once he closed the gap with who he trusts with the booking, and like he used to have like his wide open. Like, I'll talk to everybody. Now he scared it very down. I think it's him and then one other person, maybe two, and that's it.
Do you feel like it could be? I mean, I don't see any talent, in my opinion. I don't know. This is my guess. I feel it's really more like the production side of what we see more with Malenko. What we see more. I don't know if Jimmy Jacobs is still around. I hope he is. I'm not sure. I know that there was a point that Chris Hero was there on certain points, but I don't know if he was there full time.
He is. He's there full time.
Okay, so there's another person there. Who else could we really say that in behind the scenes? Even Prince Donald too.
I would even say Serena Deeb.
Yeah,
even
there you go.
Even though she's wrestling, she's a big thing. Justin Rhodes, like they have people there that act as, of course, producers for them.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, even Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, you're right. Even Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. So I feel like it's like Tony Khan, and then maybe like he talks to Bryan Danielson a little bit, and then like whoever else, and then boom, and then you've got the producers, just like it should be. It's not like a free fall. Like he's having a little bit of stability, and instead of like you said, last week, and then you're getting all the build in the last show. Now you're getting it weeks in advance. Like literally all ends a month from now, and they already had 3 matches.
Yep.
Already booked the big ones. Mm-hmm. And you're already starting to see at least 2 or 3 matches already in the works now, too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's one thing I give Tony Khan a lot of credit right now, that he finally switched it around and really understood now that open door, it needs to be closed and have someone there. Like, oh shit, okay.
And then even people that don't sign there that are talking about the company, like Shotzi was just saying that people she talked to are telling her, they're like, Tony seems like the guy that is great with talent, and that's what you want. You want, like, you could go up to him and talk to him, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, he's now extinguishing that, hey, I'm great with talking to you guys, but then when it comes to the booking, I'm the guy. He was like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to do it and make things happen. I'm going to listen to certain people, but like it starts and ends with me.
And this is where my other question is too, that I'm curious to know your response on it. It's now, I was saying this earlier about the leniency of booking his talent. Like when he needs him there. Like for either, because we know that there's Dynamite, he has him, he will also do Collision the same day, he'll pre-record it, have it ready for Saturday. Sometimes he'll do it possibly maybe like live, he'll go 2 different days. One full Dynamite, and now also we'll go live on a Saturday for Collision.
Yeah.
Now that he got rid of Dark Elevation,
Rampage.
And Rampage, he got rid of that. Now, do you feel should his leniency really be no longer there as he used to be?
Thanks for tuning in, Chris.
That's right. I'll say, all right. Appreciate you, Chris. You're the man. Do you feel that he needs to should be less lenient and be more aggressive on booking his talent on a weekly television basis, who he needs and not needs?
Yes. And you are seeing it. Like, I remember Harley Cameron was booked for, Maple Leaf Pro. Mm-hmm. And then she had to pull out because she was in a storyline on Collision. So they pulled her out, and that's how Serena Deeb got booked for Maple Leaf Pro. He gave Scott D'Amore somebody and whatnot. So like you're already seeing that even if a talent gets booked, he has to pull him back because of that. He's trying to give. I think he gave Scott D'Amore 3 people. He was just like, I'm sorry, like you really wanted to use Harley. Here's Deep, and then here's these 2 people. He was like, I'll try and give you people, and so. It's a little give and take with him. Like he's all about people with indie dates because, of course, they only are like doing taping on Wednesday and then possibly Saturday or Thursday when like sometimes they do the Thursday collisions. Mm-hmm. So it gives the talent way more time because they don't do, of course, live shows, live events.
Right.
So like. He does have a good give and take with it. especially a guy like TNA who is signed to 3 different companies right now and makes it work. Like, we know he's going to do All In, and then more than likely he's going to be doing the G1 for a month. So you're not going to have him from July to August, but then ironically it's going to lead up to Forbidden Door. So it makes me wonder if there's going to be some sort of storyline coming from Forbidden Door with him, you know, and then got some of the other guys from Don Callis family who I think are going to be over there. But it's like, I'm sure that he's going to reel it in and make sure if some of that happens that he has it better booked to compensate for it. Because at times, like I know at times that he's done that, he's been like, okay, you can do it. And it's kind of affected like a couple storylines where it's like random things. But I'm starting to see that he's like, okay, I need you here. Like, you're gonna have to cancel that, or I'll see if I can replace you with somebody else.
I think it should be okay, Lauren. I think he broke his nose, right? I think that was the only thing happened to him. Or was it a broken nose?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
a broken nose.
Yeah, he should be okay. He'll be ready by that time for All In. He'll get some time. What about, we talked about the Brown split. Okay. Now, in regards, you're right. Yeah, the TNT is really more there because that's where it should be. You might as well make it that way for Adam Cole. But what about the women's side? Like, do you feel that should they make a TNT Women's Championship? Do they have a TBS for Dynamite? Or should they make that TBS Dynamite and be it for, call it the Women's Television title?
Yeah.
Pretty much a both.
Just like that. Just like you said. But then it's like, or if you have Monet win, you kind of swap it where she'll have the work title on Dynamite, and then you just kind of move over that TB. Oh wait, no. You know what? That would kind of mess things up because Collision's on TNT.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's the only issue there.
Unless you move Monet to Collision.
And then she have her call it TNT.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, as long as you split them, you know, it could work.
It could work. It could have worked. Like, it's just knowing exactly the booking for it too. So it could have worked. So we could say those are the ups. Now, what about the down? Where's the down that you see in AEW?
The down, of course, like I said, I would say one of the things is injuries. I think they haven't been able to compensate. I would say keeping wrestlers in Ring of Honor way too long. There, even though I'll say the one big name has been by choice. And I think that's where, with, of course, Athena, and I think that's where Tony needs to be like, hey, I brought you in because I wanted to use you. Let's get you up on the main roster.
Thank you.
Going. Like, I've been a person that's like, let her do what she wants, but it's been 900 something days.
Preach the word. Preach it.
I was hoping that she would at least. I was fine until like she had the thing with Billy Starks, the second match, and I was like, "This is where Billy Starks wins." Blah blah blah. Boom, and they didn't pull the trigger there. Why? I don't know. That's where I was like, okay, after this, now she needs to go up, and they had the one off, and they've kind of been toying with her being pissed off that she lost to Monet. So I'm like, I could say this once again, this is my every 3 months thing. If there's ever a time now to call her up and to drop the title, now is the time, especially if Monet wins that women's title. You can run this back. You can kind of switch Athena to a babyface, and then boom. She could be the one to defeat Mercedes Monet. And she has the background, and they built her up enough too. Because I want to see Athena and Monet. I want to see Athena and Tekla. I want to see Athena and Megan Bain. Like these are.
Yeah.
Even if you want to slowly do it, this could be the worst case of best cases. Even if you want to go up and be like, hey, we want to add more to the tag division, bring both Athena and Billy Starks up as a tag team, and then go from there, and then eventually break them up. But like she needs to be on that main roster.
Yeah. No, she needs to be. I think it's a time for her already. I was going to say that exactly, but you're not wrong, OGK.
Yeah.
Because she's ready. She's also about to hit 1,000 days to be a fucking women's Ring of Honor champion. Fuck. She's beating pretty much almost everybody on that roster, Ring of Honor. Just get your ass up to there. Relinquish that belt to Billy Starks. Here you go. You are now in charge. I'm going for the other one. And then boom, there you go.
Yeah.
You don't need to give money.
Another thing is of course, is Moxley and is a married man and woman. You know, you got them. That's on a down, but they're starting to save them a little bit. But I feel like All In should be the end of that. That should be the end of that group. Like you have him drop the title, you have him go away for a little bit.
He needs a fucking vacation. He needs a vacation.
Exactly. You have Marina do her own thing. I think it's time that she wrestles on a day-to-day basis, even if it's a tag division like everything else. If you bring in Sheena or not, but I think she has shown the company that she can work with anybody, and she's shown a lot in the last year. Marina, I think we're Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. Whether you want to branch them apart with Pac or whatnot, since they've been doing the trios, or you want to just put them up, do that. But I think that group needs to disband after All In.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should. I think they really, this should be the end here, and have Hangman already just to dethrone it. You know, unless like they do something that, if it's a rematch, for instance, and then then if let's say he gets his group, let's say we get another type of, it's only just themselves.
Yeah.
Or let's say another Anarchy in Arena Part 2, but this time have, really have Hangman involved in this situation, and Ospreay and Swerve, and then have Omega, and I don't know who else could we call in this one. This is where you can really call hopefully Kota Ibushi in this situation, and really have, if we win here, you guys are split everybody up from there. That's it. You're done. That's it. Like if they can make that for All Out, because we know they're saving for All Out too. Besides All In will be half. But if they can really do that for All Out to end it.
Well, don't forget that July 12th. The next thing after that is Forbidden Door.
That's right. Then it's All Out.
Forbidden Door in August, and then All Out is the end of September.
You're right. That's right. I totally forgot this day.
So they were smart enough to space it out. They spaced out all three instead of boom, we got 2 in 2 weeks. And then the other thing, which was something, but now they start to fix it, is the vignettes for people, the video packages. I'm happy they're actually doing video packages for storylines and people. That one on Wednesday night was great with Omega and Okada. Just showing people, oh, hey, this is the history that they have. If you don't know it already, they've been doing a lot of that. They've been doing it with the Mexican wrestlers. Like, you're learning who they're bringing in instead of being like them assuming you know who it is. So it's like, just like you said, somebody in the back is getting into the mind of Tony Khan and telling him, you got to do this, you got to do that. and he's listening now.
Yeah. And I'm glad that he is because company's going 6 years, right? 6 years about so right? 6 years?
6 years, 6 years and yeah.
So it's like, he learned within those 6 years now what he's doing, and he got great deals what we have. I still feel like the only thing that's missing of the down that for me is the down is, like I was saying earlier before he came on, was the marketing of it, was the marketing Collision. I hope he's learning. I'm hoping that he's learning these 4 hours that he's doing.
Yeah.
That he just did is able for him to learn, okay, fuck, I need to start promoting Collision. Like, yeah, but start promoting shit because for the last couple of, 6 months, we've been seeing Collision fucking banger. And
yeah.
Collision, like you said it before, you said this, and you said it a while back too, and you said it yesterday. Collision is where the starting line of the stories heading into the following Dynamite.
Yeah.
Besides their own. But it is something that
they've been doing better with that. Like you at least know like at least 2 or 3 matches going off of Dynamite. And then I see why like sometimes they have to wait for 1 or 2 matches because it's like a result of a storyline. Right. On Collision. Like, oh, this person got attacked. Like that 4-on-4 at the end. It happened because of the beginning of Collision or not. Like that's how they kept that one a secret. But yeah, like as long as people know what they're going to see, they're going to be more hyped about it. And the last 2 months they've been doing a lot better. Rather than, I only know 1 match going into the day, and then boom, he just throws at you the remaining 4.
I think that's the only downfall that he still needs to fix. It's just really I think after Grand Slam, I think that's where he should start really consistently doing that. Having having the upcoming matches ready for that following Dynamite instead of waiting for the last fucking minute. Like, oh yeah, like, here you go, like on social media. No, man, tell us by Saturday. This was gonna happen on Wednesday, folks. Okay, cool. We're gonna tune in on Wednesday because then we're gonna know. Right now, I would take, if I were Tony Khan right now, take advantage. Because right now, once the NBA finals is over, once the NHL finals is done, take advantage right now on Saturdays and take advantage of Collision to really promote the Wednesdays heading into the Dynamite, heading to your pay-per-views before football season starts, because this is where it's going to change the game. But then again, he still has the advantage because if he continues to do that Saturday and then is able to push, what's he going to be booking? What is he going to be booking in the next upcoming events? He can do that, but it just marketing is where I feel the downfall of where it needs to go up.
Yeah,
it's
with the change in college football, because all these great games are not being at night anymore.
That's right.
They're starting to do a lot of it during the day now, so he could really take advantage of that and get some viewership over to the product with how Max has been kind of fluctuating their sports department, and the one constant has been AEW,
right?
Constant on the programming, on the app, and on, of course, television. And if people, like you said, people know, so a certain person's on there, or they know the matches, they can get more invested in tuning in. Be like, I can't wait to this, instead of waiting to the day of, like we keep preaching.
Exactly.
I would say the last month has been great with it.
The last month has been great. There has been nothing like I felt that these last 2 quarters, like since these last 2 quarters of this year for AEW has improved a lot when it comes to storytellings and where we're heading to for the other upcoming events. I feel he's doing a great job, and it's just the only downfall is really still to fix is the announcement, the marketing level of announcing matches. And that's the only downfall that they do have right now still, that they need to. That's where he needs to fix that shit and say, okay, fuck it, I need to have this guy this way here. You got your whiteboard with the fucking marker right there. Okay, I need this guy here, right here. I need you here, I need you here. Boom, okay. Give us reason for that.
Yeah. But can I give praise to Ian Riccaboni?
Oh yeah,
stepping in stepping in with Jim Ross out. He's been killing it on commentary.
Rick Bonnie is so fucking great. I don't know why he doesn't give him the chance. And that's another thing I wanted to like about Ring of Honor is where I feel that
this might be his chance because Jim Ross might not come back.
Yeah, there's a chance that he probably won't come back. I think this is going to be.
So I think this is his chance, and I like. You have him on Dynamite, and then you have Nigel McGuinness on Collision.
Yep.
I like that split. I think it works.
Yeah.
Where you're having like a set here, set there. You know it's going to happen. And
I like
as much as I did like Ian and Nigel together, I think if you split them up, it makes both commentary teams more valuable.
It does, honestly, because you know what really, I don't know if you liked, and I liked was when even when him and Tony Schiavone, I like to have Ian sometimes on Dynamite and Tony Schiavone on Collision with Nigel. And have him and Excalibur, have Ian, Excalibur, and Taz on Wednesdays, and then have Tony Schiavone and Nigel on Saturdays. Because I liked it that way. I liked the chemistry that they had. And I liked it. Like, they can even switch it around too. Fucking they can put Excalibur Saturdays there, and then with Nigel, and then have, Tony Schiavone with Ian and Taz. They could split, move it around. And really, because I feel like it does work for all of them. And, man. I don't watch Ring of Honor. You tell me. So who's permanently the commentary right now, Ring of Honor? Is it really more Nigel and Ian, or do they have or they have what's his face? What's his other name?
Caprice.
Yeah, he's still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caprice Coleman.
I like Caprice Cole. He's really good.
Me too.
That's the one thing the Ring of Honor is missing is marketing and them. That's another thing that is a downfall. I just don't see a lot of announcements of them. I get it that you bring like the champions like Athena, Bandito. We see you bring talent, right? But the one thing that we don't see is marketing during like, well, don't forget, guys, tune in here, Ring of Honor every Thursday. Go to this app. We don't see that. I think that's what's missing.
I don't know what's going on with it, and I know they were talking about the TV deal for it. There was the rumor of True TV because it's of course attached to Max. And I feel like the constant issues with the HBO, with Max, the streaming service, and reworking of the sports department, that live sports.
Yeah,
they've been holding off on everything with that. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
and they need to figure something out with it because they do have great talent on there. And I do like the storytelling and what they're doing there. It's just hard to tune in on Thursdays when I forget about it because it's on, of course, ringofhonor.com. And it's not a part of a TV deal. I feel like I'd be more in tune to watch if it was on TV.
That's all it's missing. They're missing is really their really platform. And then knowing what the direction is going to happen with HBO Max, I don't know if it's going to be a split. There's rumors winners about that. I don't know how's that going to work out, but I think this is going to change. It's only going to be split in certain things. But I just hope that, I don't know why Warner Brothers and Discovery are sleeping on this situation. Like, you got the library that fucking piece of shit McNugget wanted, and he couldn't get it. That even Paul fucking Levesque wants and can't get it. They got the library.
Yeah.
They could nail it in getting a fucking platform where they could put it, like on HBO Max. That's a done deal. It's like, fuck yeah. There you go.
Now you're starting to see like the thing with the split of the Warner Brothers production stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, the only thing that doesn't change from that is AEW. AEW is the only thing that's not affected by it.
No, because even though they have their library there already, but from what they have, but they're not affected by it. But it's not going to affect them if they bring in Ring of Honor because there ain't shit on Thursdays of what they have here. Especially right now that you have right now that the sports are going to be going away for a while. The only thing you're going to be having available is baseball. And then keep in mind that that's the last time they're going to have basketball there because now ESPN is going to be owning NBA and everything else. Yo, the banger. What's going on? He's a man that loves this.
I've got the T and you have the A. The tenacity and the aggression.
And tits and ass.
Yes, that too.
That's right. That's right. The banger himself. TK right there, baby. The real TK. That's right. But, that's
an easy solution.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they don't just do this. Just put it on Max. Just like this. But it doesn't have to be on TV. Just have it exclusively on Max.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, they just have it there. Like, no, you got sexy arms. You do. You got sexy arms. Especially, let's say, OGK, that especially if they pre-record their shows, especially. That there's something that they should really could invest on that, how you saying. Because let's say, for instance, if they decided to have baseball, even though the MLB has their own network, but they could probably have it whatever on the TNT or wherever they have it, right?
Like I think they do like the Tuesday night game, and then that's it. I think that's what right? Max does. They do the Tuesday night game. They have hockey. And now they're done with basketball.
Yeah, because now basketball's going to ESPN fully. So now, but when the upcoming season is like, so kind of, could we say that Thursday's kind of open for them, pretty much, because there's really nothing on Thursdays for them? Could we say that, right? So this is where they take advantage of having, because
hockey's Wednesday. Remember,
right?
The big thing is Wednesday.
Okay, so there we go. So there you could put Ring of Honor anytime. It could be sometimes it could be an afternoon show, could be either evening show, could be sometimes maybe a morning show.
Just keep it what it is, or like I think what was it, 7 to 8, 7 to 9. I think it was 7 to 9.
7 to 9.
You move it to 6 to 8. That'd be perfect.
That's perfect. You're right. And that's something that I will take advantage of Valid HBO Max. But I know that Tony Khan possibly is throwing something to them to the table, like, well, there has to be a condition, and that's where they're probably maybe holding back of why they did not added the deal when they added AEW. Maybe there's something there that we don't know. That
it has to be something with the pay-per-views.
Yeah. That's something that I think HBO Max should work on and take advantage of.
But that's something that you could just be like, hey. Yeah, let's make that as like a bonus. Like, hey, we got Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. You sign up for Max, you get those for free. Those Ring of Honor ones for free.
That's true.
And then you still can put a Ring of Honor on Fight TV and all that stuff for people who don't want Max and they want to just watch that.
Right.
It could keep it as that, but like. That's a bonus of subscribing, kind of like what WWE does with a Peacock.
Yeah, and so that's pretty much what we can say about the downfalls of Ring of Honor. But what about your ups for Ring of Honor?
The young talent, they've been the grooming, the breeding ground. But one name in particular, Blake Christian, who are now seen on Collision and Dynamite.
Vanilla ice cream. Oh, yes.
Hey, gotta support my ginger. Like he was on Ring of Honor from the start almost every week, and now he's trickled up. Like all these names trickle up. Sky Blue, Queen Aminata, Billy Starks a little bit. Like you got the champion Bandito. Like you got Mortos, Beast Mortos. Like he started down there. Like Roosh, like Mark Briscoe. You could say like all these names. They started in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to say that could be your NXT, but yeah, that could be your NXT.
Well, I mean, pretty much we could say it is pretty much at this point. I mean, we know that like we're not erasing or disregarding their credentials of Ring of Honor because we know Ring of Honor was pretty much one of the first ones that kind of opened the doors for everybody and to get exposed. And it wasn't for Ring of Honor.
That's where NXT took most of the talent from, was the Ring of Honor.
Well, yeah, because at that time, Anthem was already going downfall because they were already like, fuck it, we can't afford you. Fuck it. They're going to go somewhere else. That's pretty much what it was, bottom line. So I know I'm going to get shit at what I'm going to say, but it's almost like how where ECW did too. Like it seemed likewise. ECW talent.
Yeah.
So it's really Ring of Honor was the platform where everybody originally came from. You know, we wouldn't have what we have if it wasn't for Ring of Honor. The names you named, the Rouge, the Briscoes, the Adam Coles, the Bryan Danielsons, the Kenny Omegas, the Samoa Joes. Same likewise goes for ECW.
Now what would you do? Would you sell the library and
I would
the shows?
I would not sell the library. No.
Well, my question is, what would you do? How would you work that to get it on Max?
I mean, the only way for me, like, find a play, like, because remember, the split's happening, so we don't even know how the split's going to happen by the end of the year, when what direction they're going to go with. All we know is that sports are going to stay the same. They're going to be that kind of category. I don't know what's going to be the other one. I don't know how the split's going to work. They haven't given full details. I hope it's not a split that it could be from the application. We don't know. But if it's something that whoever owns the split of the sports side, then they take advantage of, hey, bring it over here. It's here. The one I could say application that could take advantage of this, especially the library, they have the money. They act like they don't have the money. They can do it. And that's Hulu. Hulu can do it. Hulu has the money. They'll pick it. They can pay Tony Khan. We need the library. Give us a library and then give us the show.
The problem with Hulu is Hulu's basically, I don't want to say non-existent, but they're on Disney now.
Well, yeah, because basically, true, but that's something that Disney could take advantage of that. You know, but
I know somebody said this before on one of the shows, like, even if you did Tubi, something like Evolve, or I thought about this, and then I know that it was in one of like the proposed things. Like, of course, you still do Ring of Honor on Thursdays. You showcase it on Max, and then for people who maybe don't have Max, you do the replay on Friday on True TV, since they're trying to build their sports hour. Like, have you seen like True TV from like 6 to 8 or 8 to 10? They're calling that the sports block on True TV, and they're trying to build that up.
Okay.
Sell that to Warner Brothers to make something happen.
They could.
And I'm telling you, it's not the show. I think it's the holdup. Like I said before, I think it's the pay-per-views.
That could be the case too. It could be it could be that, unless that's why I got to see where the split up's going to happen, because I don't know how the fuck they're going to work that shit out. I got to see what the fuck they're going to go with.
Yeah.
But no, you may have added points, but that's for sure. But you're right. Like right now, what the ups of is the talent. I just kind of wish we could see them, and I just wish, of course, is what? How much is the app?
On Kick?
$9, right? Is it $9? Is that $9 or $10?
What?
The Ring of Honor app. How much is it? Like monthly?
I think it's $9.
$9, right? So that's something that we gotta figure that shit out. Yeah, that's something. That's definitely something. But the
$9.99.
Okay. And that's the ups for Ring of Honor. The other ups for me, AEW, the ups is, of course, the names that we mentioned, like Speedball. I mentioned earlier before he came on. I mentioned, the signings that they have, like Speedball and Ricochet and Konosuke and Josh Alexander, bringing Mina Shirakawa, Tekla. Like, I'm glad they're getting exposure where they're getting, and they're having the freedom of what they can do here and in the ring and promo-wise. And I'm happy for all of them. And I can see them as future world champions. I can see them feature mid-card champions. Ricochet could be a future TNT champion. So is Speedball, Josh Alexander as well. I could see technically down the line.
I see Ricochet as the world champion.
No, that too. I can see that too. I can see that too. I just feel like he needs that first to get it, and then go after that right after.
No, agreed.
That's what I feel. And the same goes for Alexander and for Speedball. Speedball, maybe not. It's just depending how they build the story with him. The same with Mina, they could do something with her. Tekla, it's just a start. We got to see what they're going to do with her more. I was saying this before he came on. I said, I like how she really delivered for Queen Aminata. And we said it last night. Like, she really fucking sold for Queen Aminata.
Yeah.
Like, instead of putting it, her over.
And people don't like this way of how it's booked, but I personally love it. Is that like they bring somebody in, they get like a world title shot, and then they're back like starting from square one a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the way that AEW does things, where like you're losing for a while, but you're shown to the company that, hey, I'm in this. I'm 100%. Like, I'm dedicated to this. I'll lose as good as can be. That way, like, I gain your guys' trust, and then you can book me the way I should.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Fletcher. How many times did Fletcher lose?
Yeah, he lost a couple of times, but then he started winning.
And now he started winning. Like, he was putting that sense. Like, who else? I know there's a couple other names. Like, I feel like Josh Alexander. I think he's going to get pushed after the summer. I think they're doing this thing with him with that. Even to an extent, Swerve. Swerve didn't get big right away. Like, he lost a little bit, and then he got big. Heyman has had his arcs of winning and losing. You know, there are like names. Anna Jay, she lost a lot in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once the company gets behind you and they see how you're doing in losing, they always say it's better. They like to see how you lose rather than how you win.
Oh shit! They went overtime. Oh shit! Yeah. And Steven's saying that like technically more wins, so Hayter could be probably the one giving the first loss. Maybe be the case.
That's a good thing for. That would be a good match for the vacant TBS title.
Mm-hmm.
Them two.
That should be an all out.
Yeah, like you can push it out that far. You know,
they can.
I like
that. And now we got that out of the way. You were not here earlier. Let's get you on the WWE NXT side. The ups and downs. Let's start with WWE. What is your ups and what is your downs? Whatever you want to start with.
Up, the SmackDown tag division. Down, the Raw tag division. Easy right off the bat. Easy right off the bat. And then you can flip it with the singles. The Raw main event scene up, SmackDown main event scene down. Yeah, like we talk about it in the chats and whatnot about the pros and cons of having Roman on a show when he's not there for half the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they built SmackDown. The big thing about SmackDown was Roman and the Bloodline. They had him. They had Cody because he took the title off of him. They had AJ. He did the first 2 months, and then he got hurt a little. Well, actually, he had no. From what AJ said, he had no booking for like 4 months. Came back and then got hurt right away.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have no like booking for from phenomenal AJ Styles? How is that possible? You also at the time had Logan Paul on SmackDown, and he was part-time. He didn't show up half the time because he's only part-time. And then now it's kind of gotten, I wouldn't say kind of got worse, but now you've upped it to 3 hours, and then you have Raw on Netflix. I don't think there's any stability on either show with the rosters. You got people that aren't being used. You got a lot of people that they're focused on. At the top of the top, they're good. But the mid to the lower mid, it's a crapshoot. The mid titles included.
Exactly.
Like I've said this each week. I feel like when they did all those budget cuts a couple weeks ago, they had no plan in place to replace those women in particular. They had no idea in place. That's why they just out of nowhere called up Stephanie, Joya, and we knew Roxanne was getting called up. And then I think they kind of held back on Jordan Grace. She was going to SmackDown, and then they, at last minute, boom, pulled her back. Of course, Joya started on Raw, and then they moved her over to SmackDown at that time. I think that's what they did. They're just going with the flow, going with the motion instead of having a plan. They're doing exactly what Tony Khan did last year.
Thank you.
What they did. That's exactly what they're doing.
I want to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I did not want, when I talked about this earlier, I did not say that. I wanted to say it so bad, but you said it. But yes, it's very true. This is exactly what Tony Khan did.
They got the talent. They got the talent. They just have talent on the wrong show. Like, they don't have, how should I say this? They don't have the talent, not diversified, down the middle. You know, you want even keel main event scene on both shows. You want tag, and then you want the mid-card to lower mid-card. They don't have that. They're fully loaded tag team here, and then 2, maybe 3 on here, and vice versa with the main event scene. It's like you need to split things up. You need to make sure there's enough people on each, so you're not doing the same shit every week. They just had Chelsea Green on a podcast where they said that her and Michin did their storyline way too long. And then now she's doing the same thing with Zelina, and she doesn't want the title to feel less important because they're doing the same stuff over and over and over again because they don't have anybody in place because you release people.
Not only that, but remember, Papa H says, "Well, step up to the plate, and I'll give you a try." How, if you don't even have a platform anymore, like live shows, for them to get exposure you're not giving them exposure into them to learn, not only in-ring psychology and not only just promo-wise on television, you're not giving them the chance, but how you expect them to learn if there's no more live shows, no more live events? How you expect them to grow if you're not giving them the opportunity on both brands?
Yeah,
there isn't.
And then the NXT to call up the main roster. There's some void in between there where I feel like it's like, what are they doing? You remember they had Odyssey Jones. He got drafted to SmackDown or Raw, and then for 2 years he wasn't used. Then he gets used, and then you had the allegations which wound up being false on him, and they dropped him after finally using him. He had it took them 2 years to do something with him. And Babe Presley gets called up, barely was used for 4 or 5 months. Then starts to get used. You see a thing with her possibly going with Elba Fire and whatnot, and nothing happens of it. They teased her with Chelsea, nothing happens, and then she gets released. You have like just Karrion Kross. What is going on with him? Like the crowd's behind him. He's doing all vignettes. He's wrestled twice in the last 6 months on a main show. Like he's been wrestling and getting over on main event. But what is that when he's cutting the best promos each week on Raw during commercial breaks. Like they're literally putting him out in the crowd on commercial breaks to cut things there. And he was big on NXT. What's another name? Dijak was made like pay-per-view Dijak on NXT. We loved it. Like he killed it the last 6 months. He gets called up and then it gets released a month later. They had no plans for him. Kiana James gets called up. They did one thing with her. I know she got hurt, and then she did other things, but I believe she's healthy now. What's going on with her? You know, when they have big stars, they call them up and they do, hey, I just started one, Carmelo Hayes. What are they doing with him? You know, huge name, first round draft pick of SmackDown. Why is he just floating in the mid card scene like that? He had banger best of 7 with Andrade.
Yep.
And it looks like he's nowhere near sight of a championship.
Nope.
Yeah, like the whole blowline thing, you know, shuffling of people to Raw and SmackDown, like Solo. I've always been high on Solo. He's been up for 3 years. No WrestleMania match. But he was a prominent thing from like last WrestleMania to Netflix premiere. He was on the premiere against Roman. And then it's kind of funny that they said, hey, we didn't want to call him Jacob Fatu because he would outshine him. So they held him off, and he still outshines him. And he takes the title match that was for Solo, and he gave it to Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're trying to rectify it by doing this, but it's like, this guy does everything for you. And I feel like he doesn't complain, and he just doesn't compete on WrestleMania.
I don't know.
Like it's crazy. Like there's all that, but then there's also the pluses. Like Naomi finally is getting her a big moment being Money in the Bank. Like she's won the title in the past, but like she's finally getting her chance to do something different after like 8-9 years of being a babyface. But I feel like there's a lot of start and stop. There's a lot of start and stop. There's a lot of like people going on both shows, taking up too much time to where the big stars are 30, 40 minutes, and then you got like a 5-minute match. And
you're preaching the word what I said earlier. Exactly. No, you're preaching the word. Because I feel like that's the problem, that's where it is. Because keep in mind, you have Netflix who they have a time frame they can do 2.5, 3, probably go over 3. USA Network gave them, they stuck with 3 hours for the remaining of the year. So all they could do to really time manage everything in this is like how you said, those 25-minute promos, cut it down to fucking 10. And you give the rest of this, the people that are not on television, not giving stories, give them that extra 8 to 10, 15 minutes right there. Does a promo need 25 minutes, OGK? Is it necessary to have 20?
Sometimes it's 30, 40 minutes. And I'm like, well, what are you doing here? You know, people come, especially with the amount of you have to pay to go to their show. I'm not going to a show to see an hour worth of promos and only 2-3 matches.
Yeah.
For how much it is. It's like they've totally changed the landscape of what it is. Like, I personally love the 2.5 hours on Raw. I think it's a sweet spot, but it's too much promos. If you did more matches and then scared down the promos just a little bit, I'm not saying huge, but just a little bit, it could work.
10 minutes.
And then it's the opposite on SmackDown. SmackDown's 3 hours. And they went from saying it's going to go back down to 2 in June to, oh, no, we're keeping it at 3. Even though SmackDown's the one with the smaller roster.
That's what I don't understand why they don't expose a lot. Like, we don't see a lot more Candice, a lot more of her single matches. Why don't we get a lot more of the mid-card title, like how you mentioned earlier, instead of being a repetitive thing with the same person defending all the different women? Or make it a contendership match.
It's all the mid-card. Like Dom hasn't done much with the IC title.
He only defended it twice. Winning the bank was the only time that he said it the second time.
Yeah, and that was more of just like, oh, let's get this on the show, last minute, like type thing.
Yeah, it's like honestly for me, like the titles are losing its prestige. They're nothing. It's just really it's not becoming relevancy where it's supposed to be originally back in the golden era.
And this is where the brand the draft comes in handy, where you can fix this shit.
But are they going to fix it with this brand slam after SummerSlam? That's the question.
Yeah. Well, why even wait that long? Like,
I don't.
It went from being supposed to be in April, May to now it's August after SummerSlam. Like,
which I don't get why.
So long?
Why? It doesn't make any sense either. I know I'm with you.
And then what's with the? I know you want to cut talent. Why not wait until you know what you're doing with the draft to cut the talent? You know.
That well, yeah, but then if you know what I was looking to, they always do this shit every fucking summer. Like they did it every fucking year. They always do it in April.
That's what they do, and they do a big thing.
That's what I'm saying. Between April and June.
This time they only did a couple in April, and then they did the rest in
in June, May,
May and whatnot.
Yeah, you're right. No.
And
I don't know why I did that shit.
And then with NXT, I love the town on NXT. There's just no direction. The women, I love the fact that the women are dominating every week with being on TV. But it's like, other than that, how much have we seen Sol Ruka lately? We kind of haven't. This past week was great, but it's like, Obafemi's going up against a guy, and trust me, I like Jasper Troy, and I loved what they did. He just came in and he gets a title shot right away. Yeah, after one shot.
He had a botch or two, but it was okay. I mean, he did great.
I think he did a great job, and I think he should go over to Noah and do the N1, come back, and look even better.
I agree.
But why are we getting Ethan Page, Ricky Starks match $7 million? You know, why are we getting that?
I don't know. I just don't know.
It's like once I don't want to be that guy. What I'm going to, well, ever since TKO took over, it's been sloppy.
I don't know what is it that they want to do. That's like I think Kofi for Dirty Heel said on the chat earlier before he came on. He said they want to be more entertainment than more than wrestling, and he's not wrong. And it sucks that it has to be that way.
You want to push the big talent, but then when you push the big talent, what makes the big talent look good? The other talent around you.
Exactly.
You can only do so much with that.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with this shit. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's just, I don't know. They need to. I'm scared for them, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm really scared for them. I'm really scared for them because this quarter for them has not been looking.
Probably why Netflix hasn't done well.
I don't know. I just don't know what direction does this man wants to do.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, I don't know what the fuck he wants to do, and he is not making this any perfect. I think he's not. He needs to stay away from really getting involved in what the talent's doing. The one thing, too, I said earlier, too, that I feel, I know Papa H opened his fucking doors to his creative team that he has, but whoever the fuck his creative team is, they're fucking up. I don't see. You tell me, what have you seen by far that has got you really? I can name you two that I mentioned earlier. One is Noemi, because you're right. Everything you said earlier about her, right. One thing I wanted to add about that was I said, I think if it wasn't for TNA, her going over there and have the freedom to open mic and get a better understanding to learn out of the WWE system, it helped her develop this character, what she got now. She needed to change.
Who?
Right, Naomi.
Oh yeah.
That's one. that's one that I mentioned that is up there. Roxanne is another one that we already know she's gonna be a future world champion for sure. She's already has it. The third person I'll say will be Jacob, because Fatu, he could take anything around him, surrounded, and in the ring, I don't question him. And Mike skills everything. You give him a task, he'll fucking do it, and he has done it. He's done it in MOW. He's done it, anywhere other promotion he's been doing it.
And it's not like you rushed, and it's not like you rushed with them too. You slow played him.
Yes.
Behind Solo. He did have that match at Bad Blood in a tag team, but otherwise he kind of slow played things.
Exactly.
Until after like January. Then that's when he started to pick things up. Like you gave him time to get his feet wet in the group when he debuted in September. He had a good 4 or 5 months of just slow play, being the strong man. And that's what's good. You don't need to thrust people up, boom, throw them into something right away. And then if it doesn't go well, then it's kind of like, okay, let me fall back into the atmosphere. Kind of like what they did with Carmelo Hayes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. That's what I'm like, man, that's I just don't I don't know. It's just I'm scared for them, honestly. I don't know. I am fearful for this product. I don't know where they're gonna go with it. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Is there really too much focusing on the main as the entertainment, bringing people from outside of WWE? I'm not including Logan Paul of this. I'm more like other people, like stars. For what fucking reason? There's no reason to bring fucking stars, movie stars, or music stars. Nah. Focus on your talent and help them get fixed. Focus on giving them the platform that they need to have in order for them to develop themselves as a character, as a promo-wise, and in the ring-wise. Because you took away the live shows. The only live shows that only really have is NXT. NXT have their live shows.
Hey, and that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
They used the live shows for the talent that didn't really work as much to hone their talent, to get going, to see if they could get something out of a storyline. Now they don't have it because they've cut back on it, which is the give and take. The give is the fact that they get more time off, but then the take is now you're not wrestling as much.
And that's what hurts them, because how you expect them to grow if they don't fucking have the time? How are you expecting them to develop?
Whereas NXT, you could go up and down. You could go to Evolve. You can go over to TNA now. I do like the fact that they're branched out to certain indie things now, which is nice. But it's like there's when certain things go good, they're good, great in WWE. But then but it's either that or they're going bad. It's like there needs to be some sort of middle ground.
That's what's missing. Is exactly what you said. Is there has to be a middle ground. There has to be. It's just that
the mid card used to be great. It used to be awesome. That used to be my favorite. The mid card, the IC title, the US title. Like you used to use the IC title to build up your next person to the world title.
Yes,
I don't see that anymore.
No,
I really
that
don't.
Shit died out. That shit fucking died out. And that's what's hurting. It's just because they don't have that anymore. They don't have that platform anymore. And that's what's fucking missing. Is missing that.
I hate to say it. I said this years ago. For as great and how rich and how much money they made off the Bloodline storyline killed the company in the future.
No, you're not wrong. It's very true. And remember that was piece of shit McNugget, because that's what he wanted. And that was his saying. And that's always once he likes something, he wants it every fucking day. Give me that, I want that. No, fuck everything else. That's what he is. It's just that piece of shit.
I hate the part-time thing. Yes, you've earned it because of how much money you made the company, and then do this, that. But like, if you're going to be part-time like that, how can you be in the main event scene?
Now it's time to
help the company at the same time on a daily basis, not on a bi-monthly basis. On a day-to-day.
And that's where the problem is, that they this is now like Becky, like like talent that they need to pass that torch down for this future. And that's what's missing is passing the torch. It's missing again. It's like it's repeating itself what it was back in the golden era. You think that Hogan wanted to pass on the torch? No, he didn't. He's a selfish motherfucker.
No.
He fucking wanted to keep what he wanted. But it's like, and yes, we hear Levesque doesn't like what we talk about, but it's the fucking truth. We're in this era that is like, how do you expect your product to grow if you keep doing something that is you're repeating what the old man's doing because you learned from him? That's not the way. You said you wanted to do something different, then do something different. Like you gave us something, but you're repeating something history of something what the old man used to do, and it's not working. It's not. Get me wrong. There's certain stories that he gives that is unpredictable. I like that. However, but if it's the same shit over and over, that's where you're like you said earlier. You're repeating what all the man did fucking a year ago with his fucking promotion. That is a problem.
Here's a prime example of something that I felt they're starting to do now, but it's kind of 2 years too late.
Mm-hmm.
On main event, they just showed Austin Theory wrestled Dragon Lee. Austin Theory loses. Dragon Lee sticks his hand out, and Austin Theory shakes his hand and kind of shrugs off. But they've been teasing the breakup of him turning babyface. They've been doing that for 2 years.
And they've been liking on it.
And, and we've seen the thing where he was Vince's guy, and then Cena kind of tested him, and it feels like he didn't pass the test, and then he got relegated, but now it seems like he's coming back up. But it's like, what's the reason for the whole long 2-year wait if you teased it 2 years ago and you kept them together that long?
Yeah. That is a problem. We'll see. We'll see how we will discuss the final year of WWE and AEW once we get to December and figure out how the next 2 quarters are going to be. But before we close it out here, folks, we got nothing here right here. Man! It is happening on this weekend, folks. The Minion is happening. All the matches are going to be happening. Of course, you have Kota versus Goto defending the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion at the Minion versus Shingo Takagi. You have the Global Championship being defended as you have Gabe Kidd challenging Yota Tsuji. You have, the House of Torture Evo versus David Finlay. You have the Neverweight Openweight Championship
in a dog collar match.
And you have the Neverweight Openweight Championship on the line. You have Konosuke Takeshi defending against Ole Bolig. So that's going to be something to be excited for. And the announcement has been announced by New Japan. This Sunday, they will be announcing the announcement for going to be made for in the field for the G1 Climax 35. Right there, folks. They already announced it 25 minutes ago. They just announced that they're going to be making an announcement, the breakdown of the G1 Climax 35. What are they going to bring to the table? What is it they're going to fucking give a surprise? Man, this is going to be another G1 that I am excited for.
Rock hard! Rock hard! Only am I rock hard. Want me to go to sleep. I'm not tired. I'm fully rested.
Break it down, OGK. How do you feel about this one coming up? And man, this is going to be an exciteful G1 climax.
I am stoked. This is the SummerSlam for New Japan, the lead up into, of course, the G1. I am pissed that Kosei Fujita isn't getting his title match here, but that's here or there because that's my guy. He deserves to have that moment at Dominion and not be relegated to waiting because of a stupid third match in a hardcore match. But, we'll put that to the side. Pissed about that. Goto Shingo, that's going to be a blast. I hope Goto retains. I think they put it on him. Whether it was they thought he was going to do this well or it was just he was planned on being the of course, the transitional champion, and then the crowd has just come in to see him because he was the guy that always was the bridesmaid and never of course, the bride, and then never won it. It always eluded him. He finally wins it, and now everybody's coming to see more shows. Like the shows are more packed with him as champion. He's got to win this. He's got to at least get this to like all the way to Forbidden Door. I want to see him defended against like a Will Ospreay. I want to see that because I'm pretty sure they never really faced each other in a singles match.
No, they haven't.
So you got that. Of course, you got the big match here. This is the OGK main event. You got Suji versus Kid. That's the OGK main event. These two fought to a double count out at a new beginning in February.
Yes, that was amazing.
Suji retained, and they both fell down, exhausted. Blast of a match. Pull the trigger on Kid. As much as I like Yota Suji, that you need to put the title on Kid.
Well, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You got Finley and Evil. This has been great. They've kind of rebuilt Evil up a little bit, and I love what they do. This is a tough one because I feel like Dave Finley is hot right now. Like he needs to win. But part of me feels like they're going to have Evil win. I don't know, because I don't want Evil to be just the gatekeeper that he usually is. I think they need to do something with him soon.
I think we said it before. I think, G1's always going to be the one that's going to give us a story where we're heading into Wrestle Kingdom. I think we're going to get. I think whatever happens here at Dominion between Evil and Finley, and I'm with you, I feel like Evil should win this one. And then from there, I think we'll get our answer heading into Wrestle Kingdom. Because, they still got, let me see. After Dominion, I know they got another show. I'm trying to see. Look at this.
Well, it's Dominion, and then whether they do those.
They got New Japan Soul. They got that one at least coming up. That's the one that they're having before heading into, and then you're gonna have the Death Pain. That's where you're gonna have this Despy versus his old fucking his freaking protege Bato Loco there, and then then from there you have, which is Tanahashi Jam. You're gonna have that on June 29th.
Yeah, and
you still have the road. New Japan Soul. It ends on the 6th, and then starting that Saturday.
Usually where like last year, I liked how they had the play-in brackets, which was cool to give us something to sink our teeth into before the show.
And then from there is where you're going to have the G1 beginning on July 19th. And that's when it starts all the way until August. August the 17th is where it ends.
Literally like a week or so before Forbidden Door.
So there, I'm excited.
And then we got the Bolin Oleg Takeshita. I think Bolin Oleg wins the title from Takeshita.
I'll be intrigued. I'll be excited that actually they do.
They're 1-1 in matches. This is the third match. Takeshita has, of course, I think he's outgrown that mid-card title. I think you want to give him some what's the saying? Give him something to go with going into the G1 and have it be something attached to AEW. So I feel like take the title off of him, have him be all about this, and have some sort of storyline in the G1 that will give him a match at Forbidden Door. and then go from there. Because I'm telling you, if you see Gabe Kidd and Takeshita in the same block, something's happening.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, something is happening if that happens. I'm still going with my thought that at Wrestle Kingdom it's going to be Gabe Kidd to Takeshita for the internet for the global title. But I could be wrong. But something needs to. They need to be in the same bracket.
Yeah, I know. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to Sublution. What's going on? Hello. Yep. Captain Commander Commentator, what's going on? What's up, man? What's going on?
What up?
I don't know. Man, I don't know. I just gotta see how the fuck they're doing. That's gonna be amazing. Don't forget, folks, we are gonna be having here the watch along for the Dominion happening Saturday, Sunday morning. So that'll be 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central AM, and midnight Pacific. Heading to that Saturday, Sunday. Yes, I know it's going to be Father's Day for all y'all fathers who want to come and join us for that. You are more than welcome to come and join us for that. So that's going to be something exciteful and see what they're going to do. Yay, Oilers. Oh, who won? Is it still overtime? Oilers won.
Yeah.
Oilers won? The Oilers won. That's it? That was game 7?
No, that was game 4. 2-2 now.
2-2 now. Okay. And then don't forget to tune in tomorrow, folks, for this Friday for the SmackDown watch along. We still got continuing for the qualifications of the United Champions, Queen and the King. We have tomorrow, of course, they're going to have Jade Cargill versus Michin versus Piper Niven versus Nia Jax. You got Charlotte Flair versus Bliss versus Chelsea Green, and Candice LeRae.
And Roxanne already advanced too.
Roxanne already advanced. We already got, and then next week we got Asuka versus Valkyria versus Raquel versus Ivy Nile. So the return of Asuka next Monday. Oh man, this is gonna be Nettie Mania because we're gonna see finally Stephanie Valkyria and Asuka in the same ring. That's gonna be something. Oh baby, Redeemer's gonna go crazy because that's his girl. So I already know that he doesn't want to be bothered. So we already know. I hear you, Redeemer. I hear you. Now we got the men's side. Let's see. We got the men's side right here. Sami Zayn already advanced. We already have here the men's side coming in tomorrow. Randy Orton, LA Knight. Yeah. You have Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes. And on the other side of SmackDown, you have Cody Rhodes.
Cody
Rhodes. And Idolo, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Stalker Boy Nakamura.
That's right. And then on that following Raw, you have Sheamus versus Rusev, and that's right, Rusev Day. It should have been Miro, but whatever. And then Bronson Reed and the mystery opponent. Everybody saying could be Eli Dragunov, could be Karrion Kross. We don't know who it is. We're going to find out on Raw Dogging with Dom and Friends.
Yeah.
We're going to find out. But there you go. That is all for this evening, for this flagship show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for tuning in for this Stupendous Splendiferous event, episode 247, The Ups and Downs. And it's that time. I think it is that time. Oh, God. Wait a minute. Let's see. This is what happens. But it's time!
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Yeah. I'm not saying the other word. I'm saying it all out to you guys.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Go ahead and play. Go ahead. I'm done playing.
I love you.
That's right, chat. We appreciate you all very much for tuning into this flagship show. I want to thank the OGK, the King, for coming and joining me here. Because I was doing a solo, and then he decided to come in, because we gotta have it his way, right?
Be real.
See, he rules, folks. Oh man, what would I do without this man? That's why I love this man.
I keep you on your toes.
Yes, you do. And that's why, folks, will be. Don't forget, the party's not over. It's on pause. Yes, it's on pause. Because tomorrow, come back here for the SmackDown watch along happening tomorrow. Kayla! And the Redeemer himself. And I think Kango. I don't know about Chef. Maybe Chef. I don't know who they bring. They're going to be here tomorrow for SmackDown.
There's always a few people on there for SmackDown. It's a great time. And of course, we also got Sunday morning. We got New Japan's Dominion. We will be live for that. By hook or by crook, in the middle of the night. I don't care. I'll be on. Juice will be on. And whoever else wants to come on, we'll be on around 3 to 3:30 a.m. Eastern time for that. Probably mostly to 3:30 because usually the start is like their match that they're doing now, their showcase match, and then the Young Lions first. So probably 3:30, and then go from there. So whoever wants to come in, let me know. Definitely would like people in the comment section. I know people are sleeping, but if you're in the New Japan, definitely come watch with us, of course. And then, of course, for all the shows, don't forget to smash the like button down below. It's up in the comment section if you're watching after the fact. And then help us on the road to 2,000. We finally hit 1,000. It was great. Now the next goal is 2,000. So
yes, Y2K type of style. You could say the OG2K style because he could. What was the Jericho? Like he's gonna come and save us. He's gonna come and save us. You gotta OGK is gonna come and save you.
Just save us.
Just save us. But you know what else? You know what else could save you folks too? So you guys could actually, especially, if you want to get a lot of information, go to this website. I'll show you the clip right quick.
Ooh.
Some men aren't looking for
Go to our website at GameBreakerSports.com where we provide all sports, NFL, NBA, MLB, pro wrestling, betting odds, and entertainment news. Sign up today for free at GameBreakerSports.com providing the best news.
That's right, folks. You better go to GameBreakerSports.com, get everything, all of that information. You'd also go get your own, very own, folks, right here. Because not only you get it on the website, you also can find this man here on the X. That is Dan Ringside Picks at DR Ring.
Oh, yeah.
D Ringside Picks right here. You already got your picks already for happening tomorrow. All odds taken for the Bovado official right here. Use promo D Ringside to receive 20% off on your first month of VIP monthly plan at Winnie Wimble.
You see right there, I put out a few free picks daily, and that's on the free version. And then we have soccer daily, which I put out picks daily for soccer. And then we got of course, the MMA Rush, which is weekly. I do UFC. So I put them out every Friday into Saturday for the UFC shows.
That's
so
right.
I primarily focus on soccer, and then I do UFC weekly And the last 2 weeks, we are 80% win rate with my bets. So
that's
definitely
right.
hop on now.
Hop on now, baby. Make sure you go to That's right. Go to Dan's Ringside Picks. Remember, if you want to get yours here now, go right here for the all odds taken for the bottom official. Promo is right there. Is D Ringside to receive 20% off your first month of the VIP monthly plan. Go right there now, folks, and go to GameBreakerSports.com with all the information is there in sports and entertainment and what we provide here for you folks. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is a time we appreciate you very much. Do not forget to come tune in tomorrow for SmackDown. Everybody listens around the world, Craig. The fucking world, internationally. World, Craig. That's right, not just the fucking city. The fucking world.
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate you very much. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening or morning, wherever you guys listening to us. And also, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Single fathers or not single or pet fathers. Doesn't matter. Happy Father's Day. Enjoy. Be safe out there. Your family, friends, and loved ones. Alongside with, your family, your pets, or whatever you're a father of. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. Enjoy your Father's Day weekend because you deserve it. And you already know here, folks, we derailed 3 days of 3 days with that clip. We discuss, we debate, and we derail. But there's other 3 fucking words that we do here on this network, and that's how our king said it on the road to the 2K. But there's 3 words that we do here because we got 3 words for ya.
We week history.
Bye, everybody.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night.
Oh my God, it's so great. Bang! Yes! Will
Over and over.
make
Over and over.
history!
Over and over and over and